Good to see you, everyone. My name is Robbie Howell, and we are back with another recorded Enclave mission, this time featuring the co-hosts of a YouTube channel who has not only helped out during the campaign, but has some really exciting stuff coming up on the horizon. But first, introducing our players, beginning with Dippy.
Hello there, I'm Dippy the DM, and this is a long overdue introduction to Enclave Actual Plays on at least, well, recorded Enclave Actual Plays. I have been a player in the community since January, February of this year, and very quickly have become an attendant, a rather active, willing participant in it. I have many characters that I play, one that I'm more known for than the others, but today I will be playing something new, something that I think you will all enjoy. And I have my own channel, but a lot of the stuff that I do here because I love the game. So I have a channel that I stream with my friends that I also showcased Enclave on, but that's all stuff you probably already know about. And I'm happy to be here.
It's great to have you here, Dippy.
And I
Next up.
still can't see your camera,
Oh,
Robbie.
really?
Yeah.
Damn. Here, I'll restart real quick.
Yeah, it's
Try that.
being weird.
Any better? Yes, no, maybe so.
Let's
Possibly.
see, it's giving me the loading bars.
It's showing up for me, and Dippy I can see at the very least.
I can see Dippy's. Metal and I don't have. Well, I think I don't have a camera.
Wow. All right. Well, that's annoying as heck. Here, I will try it
No
one
dice.
more time for a little bit longer and see if it works.
Yeah, I was about to say, maybe like leave it off, bring it up.
Yeah, mission statement, fix Robbie's camera. Thank you, Tim. In the meantime, while camera is being fiddled with, Afro, an introduction, if you please.
For me, the channel or the character.
For you. And after we get Metal and you two can introduce
Okay.
yourselves, we'll talk about Extra Life and your channel.
Okay, so I am AfroWalrus or GMD for the YouTube channel. We run it. It's mostly a D&D thing, but we've been kind of trying to branch out to other TTRPGs and got recommended Enclave through one of our friends that we also work with. I'm the main host, I guess, of the channel, and Metal has a lot of other videos that he puts on of a different variety, but still the same kind of style.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And I not only recently did a video with you guys, and you were kind enough to invite me on, but you've shouted me out before, and I've really appreciated your involvement. Metal, please tell us about yourselves, and then we want to hear about Extra Life.
Ooh, I am MetalAtlas. Sorry, I've had a night today. I'm MetalAtlas, and I'm also part of GMD. I've been doing stuff on and off with obviously with the channel and stuff. Done some streaming on my own, other things like that. Really been excited to get into a lot of these other TTRPGs. We just never had time before, So I got into like 5e at one point. And it just was like, I want to do stuff I never got to do before, and that was the most current edition at that time. I think 5e had just come out in 2016, and we've slowly been getting experience. We've played a little bit of Fate. We played a little bit of Pathfinder, which is we're playing Starfinder now. I've gotten to experience Enclave, so we're really having some fun getting familiar with other different kinds of systems. And Enclave so far has been a really fun time. One of my favorites because of just the way you approach it. I kept trying to think of how I would play today, and I just don't know because I don't know what's going to happen.
Quite. And if you guys could give me a brief review of what's going on with Extra Life.
Yeah. Extra Life is a charity.
We got a reverb off of you.
No, not the reverb. Extra Life is a charity for focus. I'm losing my train of thought with the reverb.
Sorry. I took my headphones off. No, yeah, I took my headphones off because I realized that my shirt was inside out and backwards. So my apologies. It should be fixed now. Go ahead.
I hope you know from now on, I will only be able to picture you as Jerry.
What do you mean?
God, Ferd, carry on with Extra Life, please.
No worries. Extra Life is a charity event that happens once a year, in November, I think the first week in November, where they try to get as many people doing stuff, streams or games or anything. They support Children's Hospital, which it's just an organization for hospitals that focus on helping kids get through things they shouldn't have to deal with, being children and everything, make sure they're okay. So we do this. This is our third year doing it. Our biggest one so far, getting as many people as possible to come in during our 24-hour stream, try to raise some money, play some games, and talk with. We got plenty of D&D creators from all over the world. We'll have, obviously, Robbie's going to be running a Enclave session for us about, I think, 2 p.m. is when we're going to start.
2 p.m.
Yes, I believe it was 2 p.m.
Playing with Ugly Goblin and D&D builds, as well as us. And then we're going to have everybody for Jackbox, Cinderblock Sally, Runesmith, D&D Shorts. I think Deca DM things had to pull out, unfortunately. But
yeah,
he got us started really well on the donations. So we appreciate him for that. And hopefully we can work with him in the future.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, and at least for Jackbox, anyone will be able to join in for being the audience. So
that's true.
Sick. That sounds awesome. Well, again, thank you guys so much for inviting me. I'm very much looking forward to it. And now that we have an idea of who's playing, let's hear a bit about your characters, starting with Dippy's character, Gandy.
So, Gandy the Great, aka Gandorin Malfusted, is a wizard from a setting that I have run more than a few times in my personal conduiting adventures. Ashwa. He is a wizard with a little bit of who studied in aquademia, so he has a little bit of water magic about him, a little bit of that magical vibe. But he's mainly known for being a rather eccentric character, being, shall we say, a little odd. He is an oddball, which is a class that I designed, playtested, and released through the PCC functionality of the game, which just got funded. So, it'll be a fun. I am here to make sure that the mission is fun, primarily.
You are the oddball. That's impressive. Nice.
Quite literally, the oddball. So.
Yep. The
Gandy will be
great. Is a wild class. I have actually hosted for it once, though only very briefly during Enclave Day. I thought this would be the first time, but I'm kind of relieved I got a chance to try it first because it's a weird class and it plays so uniquely. But before we go further, let us hear about Afro's character, Majolica.
All right, so I will preface this by when I'm working on something, I can't not hyper fixate on it. And while I was working on this character, I was also working on 2 separate videos that had a hacker gamer character. So Majolica ended up being a... How do I say this properly without embarrassing myself?
You don't.
Exactly.
Embrace the
I was about to
embarrassment.
say, you don't.
She's... The best way I've described her to people is a cyberpunk witch. She does her work and uses her powers instead of... Sorry, she's an illusionist. That's what I'm getting at. And she uses her sci-fi tech instead of illusionist magic, and uses that to effectively do security tests. She'll break into a bank because the bank paid her to test their security. But she also just doesn't like assholes. She's the kind of person that will tip the barista $100 extra, but she'll actually pay for her coffee with fake money.
Nice. A great summary. And lastly, from Metal, let's hear about Illya.
Yeah. First of all, I want to say I think Dippy and I have the same mic from what I could see of it. It looks like a cherry.
It is a HyperX Quadcast.
Yeah, that looks exactly like mine.
Sick.
There you go.
Cool. Anyways, yeah, Illya. So I came into Enclave without discussing with my partner here what he was going to be playing. I just assumed he'd be a heavy frontliner tank like he usually is. So I was like, cool, I'm going to be the illusionist. He shows up as the illusionist. So I had to pivot last second picking something, and I panicked, and I have made Illya von Einsburn as a magical girl from Fate, Fate Caliad Liner Prisma Illya, if you know what that is. I just ripped her. She's a Thunderbird. She's a magical girl. She's. I've added some idol tendencies because magical girls and idols tend to go hand in hand. So I just that's the whole character.
Yep, works great for me. Excellent summary. And for these characters, I have the following mission. I got these focus words. First, honey, we shrunk ourselves. 2, jamais vu, the opposite of déjà vu. And lastly, lost technology. And to that end, I came up with the following mission. You are off to save a father and a daughter in their own house, and they are currently hiding in the walls. Both of them no taller than a toy soldier. How? Because they tried to fix their television. Why would this happen? Well, let's go into some backstory. In this particular corner of Manifold, there's about a modern tech level human society. You know, as you might expect, seems to be relatively low magic on its surface. But living in parallel to this human society is an extensive and extremely high-tech society of fairies. They call themselves the Parvigrand, or PV for short. So if you hear PV, that is the polite way to refer to them. The humans, who do not know of their existence, though there are many stories about them, call them minis, which is not a polite thing to call them, and they will shoot you for it.
As one does.
The Parvigrand are incredibly high-tech, and as fairies, they have many foibles. You know, they have many vices. They're also very literal creatures, and also tend to really like humans and get kind of fixated on them. But even though they're very high-tech, much more high-tech than the humans around, they rely on humans for raw materials, especially gasoline and electricity, which they have no way of producing themselves. So they are effectively like a parasitic underbelly on human society. And in the case of this suburban home, there is a quite extensive Parvigrand colony that is built into their walls and is like cannibalized almost every piece of tech in the house. As such, when this hapless father was trying to fix his TV, he accidentally activated a diminutizer and shrunk himself and his daughter. Now, here's the thing. Not only do you have to save these two, because the PVs are going to be like, well, shit, they find out. We're going to have to go and, you know, chuck them in prison and maybe brainwash them, something like that. But moreover, the mother of the man's daughter is still in the house, and she's trying to find them. But here's the thing. You can't let her know, because if she finds out, the PVs will panic, realize that there is no way that they're going to be able to conceal all this, and do what they call a rinse, which is very bad. This effectively would destroy all of the evidence that they were here and have the family tragically die in a house fire with no seeming origin.
I was about to say,
Oh, God.
that sounds like a complicated way to say arson.
Yes,
Yeah.
precisely.
A good old refresh.
The PVs will rinse humans that they can find no way to get rid of the evidence of otherwise. There's a few exceptions. Like, for example, if like a drunk encounters a PV, they might be like, whatever, like no one's gonna believe him. But for a case like this, they want to brainwipe the father and daughter, and if they can't, they're going to rinse. So you have to save the father and daughter, not let the mother know, and then get the whole family out to their car and get them the fuck away from here. That is your mission. You will have one benefit going into this, however, which is the Enclave is going to be providing you with 2 pieces of PV technology that you will be able to bring onto the mission. There's only one of each, so you have to decide which of you will take it. One of them is a diminutizer, so you can shrink yourselves or each other. And the other one is another piece of PV technology called an enormicizer, which does the exact opposite. Of note, if you try to use an enormicizer on something that is by its nature small, it won't get that big. But using it on a person who has been shrunk will bring them back to full size. As you might imagine, the enormicizer is going to be almost 100% necessary to complete the mission. Possible that won't be. You can never be sure.
They could just live as Stuart Little-sized characters for a while.
Sure. The PVs will tend to call humans amps. That is their term for humans. This is short for amplian. That is like their polite word for human. They have many, many far less polite words for them. And the other thing to note is that the man's name is Royce, his daughter's name is Gabby, and his wife's name is Tonya. And Tonya is currently tearing the house apart trying to find them while they are running through the mouse holes in the walls trying to escape the PVs. Questions?
What's the family name?
Absolutely. Family last name is Darren, so it's Royce Darren.
Save the father and daughter of the Darren family from the Parvigrans without the mother finding out before the PVs can do a...
Yeah. So once it's evac time, once you can like get them out, she can know. But before then, no, too risky.
Okay, so we can't let her know that they have become tiny until we are ready to make them not tiny anymore.
Yeah, and as you might imagine, if she finds you in the house, there's a very good chance she's just going to call the cops, which is going to be a disaster. Because again, that could make the PVs panic.
Okay.
What do the PVs think of us? Are we going to be allowed to move around, or is this like everything is bad? We can't. Are we expecting hostility?
They're going to be likely extremely suspicious, if not overtly hostile to you. But again, they're fairies. They have a lot of fairy foibles and are easily bribed or tricked or cajoled or similar. So you can exploit their nature for certain. Don't expect it to last for long, especially as soon as they see you trying to make a move on the others. They're going to be like, oh, God. The one thing that you have going for you is since you are clearly foreign, the PVs will be unlikely to try to just wipe your memories because they'll be like, oh, well, no one's going to believe these weirdos anyways. We don't. Yeah, they keep pretty extensive notes on the locals so that they have an idea of who is a risk to them. And 3 people teleporting in from nowhere, they're going to be like, okay, this is a problem, but we have bigger fish to fry.
Okay, gotcha.
One feels like a warm shower, the other a cold shower. That's I can only imagine. The diminutizer and the enormousizer.
Yeah.
Oh God, you're just being sprayed down with a hose. And
Other questions?
Oh.
You said it was modern tech level, right? Like modern, like today.
Contemporary, yeah.
It would be, I'd say, closer to like 90s. So there aren't smartphones yet.
Semi-contemporary.
But it would be like early internet.
Okay. I'm gonna have to install all my ad blockers.
Is there like a certain time that we have to have these people out, or just like as fast as possible?
Oh yeah, well, it's the big thing you have pretty much until the PVs capture Royce and Gabby, and like bring them.
Oh, so the PVs don't know where Royce and Gabby are yet.
They're trying to find them.
Okay, so
again,
it'll basically be a race.
The PVs
to
have
find
like,
them
human
first.
areas under intense surveillance, but their own stuff, they're like they didn't expect a human to just run into their own homes. So they're kind of like clattering around trying to find them, while the mother's clattering around trying to find them in the human house.
Okay.
In summary,
So it won't
rather
just be
tense.
save; it will be find and save.
Yeah.
Royce and Gabby of the Darren family from the Parvigrans, without the mother finding out before they evacuate, or the PVs will do a rinse. Okay, interesting. I already have a phenomenal plan to split the party up, and to ensure that one of those conditions will not be met.
Beautiful.
So, I'm pretty set. I'm pretty set on what I think I'll be doing. What I think we can end up doing.
Do you guys have any final questions then?
I'm good.
No. I guess we'll ask as we go.
Maybe a stupid question. Is killing the mother a mission failure?
Yes, that is a mission failure.
That is not related to my plan. I'm just asking. Like, if the mother
what if
dies, the mission fails.
We're gonna
Like,
ransom ourselves, therefore the PV
Yeah,
mission
I was about
complete.
to say, by the letter of the law, if we kill the family, then we win. No.
Oh gosh. Should save at least 4 children.
It's just Illya in the burn, like the chaotic child with the burning house.
Oh no! It's the I'll find it.
Yeah, precisely. Mal
Yeah,
has it in
yeah,
chat.
right there.
Yeah,
Bingo.
this image. Yeah.
In that case,
Mission success. Yeah.
since we have gone through our statement, your characters again know all of what we've gone over, including Q&A. We are going to do a brief assembly. I don't think we did this on the first mission. This is where your characters meet in Enclave HQ, completely safe, no threats in sight, to briefly meet each other and confer before the mission begins. This is typically quite short and is mostly a chance to get kind of warmed up and give your characters a chance to know each other. Though, of course, in this case, Illya and Majolica have already worked together once.
Yes.
And so because of that, the... Jesus Christ.
Image flip is a wonderful thing.
Yeah. Because of that, your characters are all brought from their various corners of Manifold through to Enclave HQ, a vast building decorated only in shades of gray. And after being led through its labyrinthine hallways, the group of you are brought together in a beautifully decorated meeting room. Again, only colored in grays. With a faceless attendant there to answer last-minute questions, a refreshment table with all manner of creature comforts from all of your own homelands across Manifold, pretty much anything your character would want before a task like this, before they even know they want it. And lastly, a set of 3 gleaming telepads upon the ground. One by one, I'd like you to give me a brief summary of your character's appearance and their first actions upon entering the assembly room. We will begin with Gandy.
So, Gandy will be walking into the assembly room with just with like a cup of coffee, and he will be kind of petting his crab familiar plushie on his shoulder. Like a little pat with one hand, a sip of coffee, set it down on the table, a little brush of the beard, checking the watch. The watch is not working again, and it's just unfortunate. He kind of like looks around at his environment and is just saying, like, what a terrible predicament. This is certainly not conducive to something well happening within the walls of this house, I say. And he looks around. He's the first one here. This is the first time this has happened. He's like...
In that case, let's jump over to Majolica, a brief reminder of what your character looks like and her first actions upon entering and seeing Gandy there.
All right. So again, best way I can describe her is cyberpunk witch. She's wearing pretty like not necessarily modern clothes, but slightly futuristic. Shorts, top. She now does have a fancy like hard light cloak and her very high tech hat.
Cool.
And the first thing she will do upon entering is walk right past Gandy and grab an energy drink off the table.
Bingo.
I'm going to need this if these fairies are anything like the birds.
And Gandy is just like, ah! And he like turns and like presents the coffee cup too fast, and coffee splashes over them. And he's just like, it's cold. It is cold brew. But
I'm not sure if this is. I thought it was going to be hot, and now it's cold. And
oh my goodness! I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so not used to being interrupted. Well, not interrupted, but being besieged upon by. Allow me to reintroduce myself, having not introduced himself in the first place. My name is Gandoran Malfusted, but you may call me Gandy, and I will be your teammate for this venture. And he presents a hand, and his hand is a little sweaty, which is weird because the coffee was cold, so you don't know how his hand is sweaty.
It's fine. I'm wearing gloves.
Ah, perfect.
And as Majolica is shaking Gandy's hand, Illya would also enter and hear the tail end of Gandy's introduction. A brief reminder of what Illya looks like and her first actions upon entering.
Yeah, Illya is just, if you think of a magical girl, long blonde hair, pink outfit, frills, the what you'd expect, shiny, just kind of.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I just she's well, yeah, like the glossy kind of.
Totally.
I can send
like,
I can send a gif of her.
Yeah, there was zero thought process into this, so she's just ripped from that. She looks like that, and oh sorry I'm late. I got distracted, looking at everything because this is all new to her and stuff, and she's supposed to be following these arrows that are like leading her, but she's too busy looking around, so she finds up late and she goes, oh, Majolica, hello, and
Hey.
sir.
A little bit of a wild look in his eye.
Are you okay?
Splendid, my friend, splendid. And you must be, Ithaca or Illya or Samoset, something like that.
It was the second one.
Yes.
Well, Gandorin Mouthstand, aka Gandy the Great, if you will, and it's a pleasure to meet you.
Yes, she'll curtsy, and very, very much looking forward to working with you. I'll do my best.
Fantastic, as I would look forward to working with you as well. Now, it doesn't seem like we have a lot of time before these people get squished.
As you are saying this, by the way, the Enclave attendant in the room would stride forth and place two objects on the kind of like meeting room table you're about. Both of them look kind of like electronic diodes, except a little bit more durable, and neither of them is bigger than like a thumbnail. You know what I mean? One of them is colored brilliant blue, and the other one is colored kind of a vivid orange. And the attendant would indicate that the blue one is the diminutizer, and the orange is the enormicizer.
Fantastic! He will immediately take the diminutizer and shrink both Illya and
Majolica.
and Majolica with just like the like however he would see fit. Like initially thinking like, oh, it's a thumbnail, and puts it on his actual thumbnail and then points his thumb at both of them and just
and as he would do so, it would reveal exactly how these things work. Because he ends up zapping himself. It requires physical contact to do. And as he shrinks down to again like 3 inches tall on the seat he was sitting on or standing.
I think I picked up the wrong one.
I could have
You
told
seem to
that.
have gotten bigger before my very eyes.
and I look down and like clothes shrink as well or no?
Your gear and clothing does shrink with you, but the diminutizer does not. It's now the size of like a gun.
Oh, wait. Huh.
Ha ha! Perfect. Oh, now that fits a little better. Wait a minute.
Looking around and realizes what has happened to him, he's like,
Oh, botheration.
Did his coffee cup also shrink, or is that currently plummeting to the floor?
it like crashes around me, like it lands on top of me in such a way that it would be like putting a jar over a bug, but it fell so far that it like shattered in the process, so it like breaks around me, and I'm just like,
They really need to give a briefing about how these things work.
and I like what I was holding both, so I'm like dual wielding these things now.
Yeah.
Or I imagined I was holding both, and I'm just like,
Yeah. You
What's
said
the
you grabbed
other
both.
one?
and I like, and
Yep. Of note, the coffee cup, since it was not in your hand, or like not as much to hand when you used it, everything that was touching you shrank with you. That was yours. It did not shrink the chair, for example, nor the table. Now,
Like,
after
oh,
this little misadventure, follow-ups from Illya and Majolica.
This is her expression. What is going on?
Majolica just like is rubbing the bridge of her nose. Like I was like 2 seconds from telling you how those things worked.
I like to think, yeah, he was talking about this is a diminutizer, this is a maximizer, and in order to do that, you touch them.
So, pardon me, Illya, what was that?
Just she's just like, I can tell this is going to be a mission.
Yeah. Well, the last
Well, of
one was
course, they all are, my boy.
I'm a girl.
You get the sense that Gandy calls everyone my boy.
Yeah. Very good character for him.
It's
And as you are saying this, the attendant in the room turns on a heel and strides from it, and the 3 gleaming telepads spring to life. Final actions before we teleport out.
whinging at the feeling of the teleporter.
Yeah, seriously.
I feel like
Before
we
we
should
get too
be...
far ahead of ourselves, here's what I have been thinking.
Are you still small?
What do you mean Gandy is problematic, Mal? Shut up.
Here is what I have been thinking. You two will take the charge on looking for our fine friends, our people that we need. As such, you will take the tools with you, because I thought that I would, well, I would be in control of who shrinks and who by wielding them, but it appears it's not that way. So, you take the charge in finding them. I will be the mastermind behind making sure that nobody finds out about you or about our lovely friends that we are trying to save. I shall have you know, I am very good at keeping people distracted.
And he will kind of like rub his hands together, like keeping the diminutizer and the maximizer. Like, so as he rubs his hands together, he like shrinks and grows a little bit each time.
That's funny.
It's just like, oh, sorry, and hands
Yeah,
both of them respectively to y'all. And then he will proceed to just be like,
So, if you don't have any objections to that, I say that best we get going and enact this plan immediately.
Yeah.
this one baby hand. Yeah, we get going and enact this plan. He'll use his own arcane. He'll use his own arcane to make his hand regular size again. Just like,
Yeah. Pardon me. Majolica, what were you
Marvelous.
saying?
I was just gonna say, yeah, you're not touching those anymore.
Which of you will be taking which one? Or both?
Is there an activation? Is it other than just touching? Like, we're both wearing gloves. Are we okay until we like...
Yeah,
Do
it
a
seems
thing?
like even though they seem to be intended for very teeny little hands, it seems that there is a button. If picture it kind of like that's a good analogy. If you picture it kind of like a Covenant gun from Halo, there's like a button on
Okay.
each side, and you have to like press with a clamp hand to make it go off.
I see.
oh,
How
like
did
an
you do
energy
this
sword.
accidentally.
I had the like car key fob, and like,
Yeah.
Not far off. So Majolica, would you be inclined to take both or just one? And if so, which one?
I'll take the shrinky one.
Yeah, the diminutizer.
Yeah.
Would you pass Illya the enormicizer?
Yeah.
And Illya, final actions or notes from you, especially upon being passed this tool.
Thank God for self-control, because she's like, I wonder if I can get bigger.
M for mini. But it should
you should have said it to W for Wumbo.
Fucking Wumbo.
I Wumbo, you Wumbo, he, she, we, Wumbo.
And as Illya is considering this, you would all take your places atop the telepads, and the familiar, unfamiliar sensation of teleportation would come tingling up your bodies, leaving your legs asleep in its wake. When the tingling passes your chest, like your stomachs, your guts churn violently, and then you no longer feel them. When it passes your chest, your hearts flutter, and then you no longer feel them beat. And when the tingling passes your eyes, your vision explodes into ribbons of color. There's a buzzing in your ears, the world falls away, and then there is nothing. But the group of you then come to your senses inside of a cozy family den. You know, it has the kind of like inset floor. It has the shag carpet. It has the big, cruddy, oversized, overstuffed couches that look awesome and comfy and that like they haven't been cleaned in 25 years. And it has a smattering of old like records like littered about, some children's toys, a couple of guitars up on the walls. And also the TV is just going and like just blaring static and making a god-awful noise. You also hear downstairs the panicked sounds of someone like scrambling around, yelling out names as she ransacks the house. It seems as though you're on the second floor. And the den, while it is a den and is not brilliantly lit, it does have 2 windows looking outside, though both are a bit grimy and covered currently with curtains. Immediate actions upon porting in. We will begin with Illya.
Why didn't we go outside? Okay, quiet. Okay. I don't know where to start. Like, why is she looking in the house? I mean, it's pretty easy to find people, so she should. Okay, anyways,
Convenience.
she
is a
just like
child of
looks at the
necessity,
wall
my
for like
friend.
she looks at the wall for like a Tom and Jerry like just mouse hole. Like, is it that easy? Is just something in the wall?
If I am correct, Illya has a plus to luck, right?
She did.
There are a total of 6 pluses to luck across characters on this mission. I will have you all know.
Yeah, I've got a +3.
Yeah.
I've got a +2.
Yep. And upon looking around, she does not see a convenient Tom and Jerry mouse hole, so to speak. But what she does see is a section of like a baseboard that's kind of like peeling away. And it's near the TV.
Oh, that's either an entrance or we're gonna find something we're not supposed to find. But yeah, there. Points at it.
Is she nervous about it, or is she approaching?
She's not approaching because she she doesn't know what she might find there.
Yeah, quite. Immediate actions next from Majolica upon porting in.
Is it just quick peek out the window? Is it day or nighttime?
Currently, it is evening, so there's a little bit of light, but for the most part, it's getting quite dark.
Is it daytime or nighttime? Neither. Screw you.
There isn't one.
What are the chances that we can just like blackjack the mom in the back of the head and knock her out?
Honestly, assuming she's not, the frickin'
No.
dog or not, you have a decent chance. It just depends on your approach.
No, did you not hear what I said? I'm going to keep them distracted. There's no reason to get violent. Now quickly, shrink, enact our plan.
Given that Majolica has not yet voiced this, however,
No.
what would she like to do?
No.
Sorry.
problem.
Retcon.
Okay. I'm also going to. I'll look over where Illya is pointing to.
Yep, you can see the section of baseboard that's kind of been peeled away near the TV.
Okay. I will take my smart tone, and I'm just gonna like peek the camera down there, below the baseboard.
And I will treat
Smart
this.
tone.
I will treat this as a cool arcane manifestation, and kind of like angling it down. As you look behind the baseboard, you can see that initially it looks just like wood, right? It looks like the subsection of wall, but you can see that down kind of a little ways, maybe a foot or so along where it starts to get narrow again. It does open up. Even though it opens up seemingly into darkness, your camera can pick up enough of a faint light down there that there is clearly some sort of internal luminance to it.
Okay. Well, there is something down there. I don't know why I got into a almost country accent for a second. There's something down there, but who wants to go in? I have this.
I think we've been volunteered by the veteran.
Gandy is actively pointing at both of you, not saying anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Okay, one sec. She's gonna walk over to Illya's gonna walk over to the baseboards, and she's gonna reach into her pouch where she grabbed 2 chocolate chip cookies from the refreshment table. She's gonna put them on the floor. Okay, so we can use these maybe as like a peace offering or something. I watched a movie that like you're supposed to share stuff with like the little people. Like, you ever see the borrowers? I think this is right.
Amongst all the canon of small folk that I have ever seen, most of them have a sweet tooth. You have a point.
Okay. Well, sounds good. I'm gonna touch the demonetizer to Illya's face.
Yep.
And
Glad, what are you?
Now, I wasn't able to fully go into it with Gandy, but the sensation of shrinking, it can only be described as being like the most ticklish sensation you can imagine. It feels jittery and shivery and ticklish. And then when you like get to your new size, it feels like almost the very air around you is heavier. Like the sheer difference in size is palpable. And not only does your voice sound normal to you, but everyone else's sounds deep and booming and powerful. And even things like looking into a bright light kind of hurts your eyes more than it should, but only with the enormous lights that are currently in this room.
Hey, a little warning next time.
Would Majolica zap herself down, or is she doing something else?
Oh, I was zapping myself as well. That's why I touched it to her and also clicked it. So
okay, pardon, I didn't hear that right. And as the two of them would shrink down, and Illya says more normally, a little warning next time. Follow-ups from Gandy.
Gandy will be like looking down on them, just being like,
You go find them. I'll go
Just like wind is blowing her hair back. She's putting her. That's not so loud.
it smells like coffee.
Why does it smell cold?
I'm supposed to be the funny one, damn it.
no. As Gandy is looking down on his shrunken companions and goes,
You go find them. I will enact part 2 of the plan.
pointing, and he will turn without offering to help them travel and go down the stairs, out into the hallway, down the stairs, to the front door if he can, and even further if he can, out the front door, just to turn right back around and knock on it again.
Ah, excellent. Yes, you have a double plus to luck, I believe.
Yes.
It would so happen that she's on the other side of the house, screaming out of the back door towards their yard. As Gandy marches down...
So he'll just like...
Is
like
Gandy
it's rather
barefooted?
spryly for an old man.
Is Gandy barefooted?
His image would suggest that he is.
Yeah, the reason I ask is because obviously like clomping shoes would be more audible.
Oh, yeah.
Inside
Yes.
the house, but kind of slapping bare feet are not nearly as audible. And so Gandy would make his way down and like walk outside, promptly turn around, and then knocking at the door, dinging a doorbell or what. There's a long pause, and then you hear like rushing footsteps through the house.
Yeah.
Whips open, and you can see that Tanya is there. Her makeup's half done. Her hair is in rollers. She says, "Who are you?"
Holding out a weirdness coupon and using a minor arcane manifestation. His getup. I will put an image of what Gandy looks like in the chat for the benefit of everyone. And this will be what he normally looks like versus what I'm about to describe, which is how he changed. If I can actually find it. Here it is. So, Gandy normally looks like a wizard straight out of like a comic book series. Long purple robe, yellow stars, big purple hat, yellow stars, and yellow striped tank top pajama pant combo. Everything about his appearance, the colors have remained the same, but he is now wearing what looks like a mechanic's suit and like just a belt and like a cap, just like a baseball cap, essentially. Colors are all the same. There are still stars all over his hat and everything. Like, this minor manifestation is just to change the appearance of his outfit to be more contemporary.
And he is actually a wizard, right? Like, this is
Yes.
he is.
Yes.
He's just
in
weird.
his backstory, from where he comes from, he is a wizard. He has 2 arcane.
Yep.
My idea is that he's going to be. I'm dumping a lot of arcane and a little bit of luck and a little bit of intelligence into him, and like, yeah.
Yeah. And what's going to be the paired action for that manifestation?
He is going to like dust off his clothes and everywhere that he is like touching, as if his entire outfit was covered in a layer of magic dust. He is like everywhere that he brushes gets the change takes effect, and he like before he knocks on the door and like kind of tightens up his robe, and it like shrinks into like a blazer, or like the mechanic's top. Just almost like this is a one-piecer, but and he just kind of like pulls on the beard a little, and it like shrinks down from Gandalf to Julian, and he will give a knock at the door. When she says, "Who are you?" Holding a weirdness coupon in his hand, he says, "Gandoran Malfusted from the Wandering Wizard Television Repair Service. I heard that you might be having a little bit of problem with your equipment, and I figured that I would come by and take a look."
And she's breathing quickly and heavily. She says, "Did Royce call you?"
I believe so. I think that was the name that was couple of just a few minutes ago, actually. He mentioned that he was going to be doing something about fixing it himself, but that he wanted some expert help. Am I allowed to come in?
You see her pause for a second and like kind of do the internal calculus before she says, Yes, come, quick.
Excellent. And
Where's your car?
I just step in.
Where's your vehicle?
I don't have one. I came here on foot.
She says, "You did?" And she kind of
looking down. He has not manifested himself a pair of shoes.
Quite. And she would also like kind of look down. The power of the weirdness coupon, however, would prevent her from questioning too far in that regard. But
exactly.
She's like, come, go look at it. I can't find him. He's with our daughter. I need to find him. And so you'll forgive me if I can't get you a cup of tea or something. Can you?
Oh, but a cup of tea sounds lovely right about now. I mean, we don't have to rush into actually fixing the damn TV, do we? Come, sit.
Well, like, trying to activate a little bit, and I'm going to use this moment to, I say that first, see how she reacts.
Yeah, and she responds with immediate refusal. No, I need to keep looking for them. I do not know where they are. The car's still in the driveway.
Hey! With a hand and a loud exclamation, I will activate non sequitur and my perk.
Oh, what is it?
Wait! Exclamation point. Loudly interjecting before a non sequitur gets significantly more people to pay attention to it. In this case, it's just getting her, like, even more strongly than it normally would.
Yeah.
Activating non sequitur and just looking at her and going, I am so thirsty. I actually would love to make you a cup of tea. Is that okay? I am so terribly parched.
And you see her kind of like look over her shoulder and kind of bite her lip. And says,
interrupting with a completely unrelated topic, distracting the speakers and causing them to forget what they were originally talking about.
This is something that's so deep in her mind, though, it's hard to pull it out. And as she does so, she says, quickly.
But of course.
And having stepped inside now, he will turn and make his way towards whatever kitchen or dinette is available.
Absolutely. Before we go further, let's jump back upstairs to the girls. In their
And
shrunken
if you will
form-
excuse me, I'm going to try to reset my internet, see if this fixes the issue of me not being able to see Rob's
yeah,
camera. I will
absolutely.
be right back.
I also can't see his camera.
I
So.
apologize,
Yeah, I can't
guys.
either,
I'm so
so.
sorry. Either way, with the other two in the den next to the television set, what would the two of you like to do now that you are shrunken down? Actions you would like to take?
I'm gonna look down the floorboard. How much of a drop does it seem like now that we're small?
Oh, pardon. This is the baseboard. So it's like the bit
Sorry,
of
yeah.
wood at the bottom of the wall. So it's still at ground level and it kind of peels open.
Okay. So there's not like a fall to go under that.
Yep. No
further
fall.
in,
It's
or-
just kind of like a tight squeeze, even for your new size.
Okay.
Oh no, the cookies might not fit.
Quite. At your current size, each cookie is like the size of like a trash rolly bin.
Okay, I have an idea. She's gonna take her hammer and just just hit the cookie.
Smash it apart. Yeah, that certainly make it more carryable.
Oh, now there's okay, just she'll break the other one and they'll find him. She'll take a big piece and just
Yep.
I don't know, put that in her bag if she can, like a backpack or something.
Yeah, it
Couldn't we
would be
just
a crumb,
shrunk
but it
the
would be
cookies
a,
back down?
Yeah, but I thought they would be better if they were bigger. I didn't look ahead. The old man was making me feel weird.
And
I feel like he just kind of wandered
Sometimes
into
I
the
can
Enclave
still
one
hear
day.
his voice.
Yeah.
still hear his way.
Is there like an Enclave retirement home? I don't know. I don't. Let's just focus on the mission.
Yeah, let's get in here.
With a snowball-sized cookie crumb in hand, would you two like to try to squeeze your way in behind the baseboard into the wall?
Yeah.
And who's going first?
I will go first, as I am the combatist in case something happens.
Quite. It smells like dust and drywall. But as you're kind of, precisely like that. And as you're scooting your way in, you feel yourself kind of like, not smushed right, but it's a squeeze to get through. And you're kind of like, the top of your head is tickled by like bits of insulation and foam, and it's kind of grungy. But as you kind of pop through, you find yourself in a kind of, you know how between sections of wall, it's usually kind of open space unless it's insulated. You've seen that the insulation here is carven away to make a hallway. It's a grungy hallway, but it is actually lit by a thin strip of neon lighting, very thin and fine. And looking at it, it could easily be mistaken for like an errant wire or something, even though the light that it gives is certainly no accident. You can see that this hallway really only goes in one direction initially, but there's also a like very subtle set of stairs leading up like through the insulation through another carven path, with this set of stairs being made of like a sequence of nails that have been like slammed into the wall so that you can step up them in as like a sequence of stairs.
Huh.
Okay.
Well, I don't feel like they would have made it upstairs, and we are upstairs, so I feel like we should find a way to get down. Don't quote me on that, though. Well, the TV was on the first floor, right? So
Yeah.
and we're on the second floor. No, wait, did we?
Yep, you were in the TV
We were in the
room,
den.
so- yep,
We were in the
this
TV room, so
yep.
maybe they are nearby.
is second floor den.
Yeah. Okay.
I'd
First
say
off-
hallway. Oh, sorry, what?
Yeah. I was gonna say, we don't know what these things look like, right? The
Yeah,
I
TVs,
actually can give would say that the Enclave would have given you a quick summary of what they look like. The PVs are very humanoid in appearance, but their kind of proportions are different. They tend to be quite wasp-waisted. They tend to be kind of like exaggerated with like big eyes and big ears and small mouths, and they also tend to have extremely cinched little like pointy chins. And like quite receding hairlines. Like their hair would start most of the way up their head.
do they have wings? There are fairies. Do they have wings?
They don't, but they build them. So there may be some that have like wing suits.
Okay. I just as a precaution, then I would like to use because with my smart tone, phantasm is negligible for everything.
Quite.
I'm just going to do a few quick changes to myself.
With veneer?
Is it? Oh yeah, veneer. Sorry, I was looking at Phantasm. That's that's different.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, veneer is the one that lets you change the way something looks, whereas Phantasm is creating something new as an
Yeah.
illusion.
So I'll make myself look a bit more like that, and I'll have my newly acquired. Where is it? Where is it? Oh no, here it is. My newly acquired cape. I'm just gonna have it like billow up behind me like wings.
Yep. Easily done. As Illya is watching Majolica quickly change her appearance with use of her smart tome, actions that she would like to take in conjunction with this.
I don't think Illya has to change anything about herself because she already looks. That's just kind of how magical girl works.
That's
She
true.
kind of already looks like a fairy, so she's just like, I think I'm okay. So we're trying to blend in. I mean, I don't know what should we run? I don't know. Let's just go this way, and she'll just kind of start walking because like she's trying to think like if you were running through area with your daughter, I don't think you would start climbing stairs. So I'm assuming that they would have to be the easiest path, which is probably the one we take.
Yep, absolutely.
Quick decision. So
Yeah.
um,
Sounds good.
And only a
but
short
like brisk
way
walk.
Yeah, only
Yeah,
a
sorry.
short way along this hallway through the insulation foam. It would go from like the equivalent of like a grungy utility hall, like a utility entrance to a building, to an actually quite nice one. So, amidst the utility foam, you would bloom into what almost looks like a fancy hotel reception lobby. Though it's somewhere between that and like a town square, if that makes sense. It's like one coherent building, but there's little fronts and there's like little kiosks and booths. And again, all manner of strange and interesting technology buzzing and pulsing in every direction. That said, there's only like 2 PVs here, even though it looks like it would be quite a bumping spot normally. And you can see that these two both look tense, shall we say. You see that there's one at a desk kiosk who's like frantically like calling people behind her desk. And there's another one like higher up in the rafters of this entry, of this like atrium, so to speak, who you can see is like busily working on some of the like tech or devices or wires or whatever they have up there, while muttering to himself. You don't have eyes on you initially as you walk inside.
Question.
Yeah.
What do we know about the hierarchy of the PVs?
That's an excellent question. I would say the Enclave would have given you a little bit on that. The PVs are intensely hierarchical, and while you might expect that there to be some sort of like royalty or something like that among the PVs, that is not typically true. They are a very wealth-driven society, but there are massive swings in wealth very frequently because as fairies, they love to gamble and waste wealth on all sorts of funky things. So they're very hierarchical, but the hierarchy changes a lot.
I'm just wondering. I'll talk to Majolica. I'm just wondering if we could like say that we were called in as reinforcements to deal with this problem. Like, looks like they've maybe seen them, so maybe we could just be like, "Hey, we're here to capture those people and make sure that they're taken care." I don't know. I'm not really good at lying, but maybe you
lying's
are?
like 90% of my
Yeah,
job.
yeah. So like maybe we can just like say we're with a different PV group and be like, "We're here to take over and this investigation." Like the old,
Yeah.
like FBI movies or whatever.
You
I
have
watch a lot of TV. Okay.
The FBPVI.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we can. Do you mentioned that some of them build wings? I imagine that would be a like status, like a wealth thing as well.
Oh yeah.
Do either of the two in here have that?
No.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Walk on the place. Walk with you on the place.
Are you going to march over to the kiosk, or are you heading elsewhere? Are you just going to walk straight through? What?
Heading right up to the lady at the desk. You said, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. You see that she's like busily conducting like what looks like a video call on a small screen that looks like it was made out of like some piece of a remote control or something like that. But as you come up, you say, "Gotta go, bye," and she hangs up the call, looks to you, pulling down like a little headset and like putting it onto her head with it connected up into some inscrutable computer that's like up in the ceiling of the kiosk. She says, "All right, what's buzzing? How can I help?"
Of course. Well, we are here to start looking around as well. I need any reports you have on all the info you have on where you've already looked.
Right. What con are you from?
Fuck.
Immediately.
Okay. Nope. 1 second. I got this. I'm going to. I can't think of a paired action for this. I just want to pull up like the equivalent of Google Maps and pick like 3 houses over.
on your smart tome.
Yeah.
Okay, give me a paired action. I really want to hear a paired action for this.
So do we have time for this? And I'll pull it out, do a few swipes that mean nothing, until I get over to a house that looks like pretty big on the map.
Yep.
And just like zoom in, turn there. Is this good enough?
And she looks at it and she's like, "Oh, you're up the road at 350?"
Yes. We don't have time for this. Would you? We don't really want to be. What was it called again when they burned down the house?
Rinsed.
Right. We don't have time for this unless you want to actually have to rinse the entire house we're in right now. So, moving along.
She says, "Listen, it's not going to be that bad. We're just going to go. We're going to find them wherever the heck they are, and we're going to bring them in. We're going to do a quick tweedle, and then they're going to be fine. We'll just go back to business normal. There's no need to be sending in like. We appreciate you at 350, like we get it." She gets distracted. "What's that?" And is looking at the giant cookie crumb that Illya is holding.
Oh, why was it? I thought I put this away. Why did I carry it with me?
It's in your bag, but it's like too big to fit all the way in your bag, so it's like peeking out.
This is a peace gift for you so that we can show the cooperation between our 2 clans.
It's not.
And as soon as you say the word gift, you see that she's like leaning out over the desk. She says, "Oh, I gladly accept. Gimme."
Info first, then the cookie.
Is already holding it out like, oh right.
It's just, it's a cookie.
Part of a cookie.
Like made in a stove?
Yeah. There's more at the entrance.
It's not store-bought?
No. It's made in a faraway land?
It's made in...
350 is not that far away.
The humans...
Well, no, they were exported. These were exported goods. Imported goods, that one.
She says, it's not store-bought, but the cookies at Enclave reception were like Chips Ahoy, chewing Chips Ahoy.
And as she's looking, she's like completely distracted. She says, "So what's the information?"
Where's everywhere you have looked so far, and any reports on where they, signs of where they might be?
Okay, yeah, let me check my notes. You see that she pulls up another weird screen on like a long, like gimbal style arm, begins to swipe through it, though she keeps like looking back after every couple swipes. And then she goes, "Okay, we got one sweeper team that's outside of the 2nd floor bathroom right now. They're covering the 2nd floor. Then we have sweeper team 2 that's on the 1st floor. They're currently behind the whatnot shelf. No good on the 1st floor. We think they're probably 2nd floor right now, but they're not leaving many traces, which is a bummer, because normally you'd expect the apps to be doing that."
Well, I'm guessing they're pretty scared right now, so we'll start. We'll...
Yeah.
Where haven't you looked?
She said, "Okay, which floor?" 2nd floor.
This floor.
Okay,
Second.
yeah, 2nd floor. There's the girls' room. We haven't checked there yet. And if they're out of the complex, we haven't checked anywhere outside of the complex yet, because that's like a high, that's a high risk zone.
Yeah.
Girls' room seems the best choice to start. She's been like waving the cookie around the whole time, like she's trying to like hypnotize her with it. Just
Yeah.
like, come on, let's go. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Well, I think it's like 2 hand size, right? It's like she
Yeah,
just kind
it's
of
like
like
it's a big one.
ponder the orb of cookie. You know.
Ponder the cookie orb.
And she's like, "Yeah, do you need directions?"
Yes.
Yeah.
And she's-
And
Right. Okay. Can I ping you on it? And she like points to your smart tome.
I'll like present it to her.
Ooh. This is really cool. I've never seen a model like this before. Well, let's see if it uploads. And she brings it over. She types something on a screen, takes what looks like a television aerial, waves it like a wand over her computer, and then like pings it on your computer. Yeah, there you go. And she passes it back.
Also, you didn't see this. Like my smartphone. This is classified.
It's a secret.
It is, and if you keep quiet about it, we can get you more cookie.
Well, again, it's at the entrance, so if you want to send anyone to collect that, it's safer that way.
And she says, "Noted."
Okay, let's
Toodles.
get moving to the girls' room.
Like she'll put the cookie down on the desk.
She
And
grabs
she'll
it
try- she's gonna-
instantaneously.
Well, she's gonna try to put it down so it makes a couple of crumbs on the desk, just so she's more distracted. I guess.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know. Not like smash it down, but just a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. And as she does so, literally trying to cram it in her mouth, you know, like do you know the image of the hamster trying to eat like a whole baby carrot at once? Like that.
Yeah.
And as she's trying to, she goes, "Thanks for help," which is roughly translated to "thank you for coming to help."
Thumbs up, and then we'll just go.
Yeah. And as the group of you would, the two of you would go trotting away, you would see that in the same way that you kind of pulled up Google Maps with a manifestation on your smart tome, it seems as though she has kind of uploaded a program magically to your smart tome as well. And it gives like a layout of the house, as well as like a Google Maps style like footpath leading you to where you need to go.
Ooh.
We'll go faster this time, I think.
Yep. And as you're rushing through their complex, going between walls and passing up their passageways, the kind of deeper in the house's guts you are, the more like nice their tech is. Because obviously when it's like someplace a human could get to, it can't look that fancy in case they like rip apart the house without like notice.
Yeah.
But occasionally as you go, you would see another PV, but honestly you only ever pass like 2 as you're moving around, all of whom look panicked. They wouldn't even pay you heed. And you would occasionally hear like a little broadcast going out on one of their little internal speakers. It's kind of low and buzzy, but it's intensely audible to you at your current size. And you would hear things like, "Sweeper Team B, please report back to the dispatch station. Sweeper Team B, thank you." And as you were kind of like rushing through the house and hearing all of this, we're going to jump back over to Gandy. Down below...
Enjoy a nice cup of tea.
Yeah, exactly. Down below with Tonya, she has put on the hot water. You see her tapping her foot impatiently and waiting for it to boil. You can see the tension in her shoulders.
If you don't mind my interjection as such, you seem a little stressed. Is there something going on
Yes,
in your
yes.
life that you need to talk about?
Of course there is. I just told you back at the door. My husband and my daughter are missing right now. I don't know where they are. The car's still in the driveway, and it can't all be about this television thing, but maybe that's what he was just doing. I've already called the neighbors. I've already checked the backyard. I've checked every single room in this house twice, and either they're playing an awful joke on...
In the middle of this, Gandy is kind of like going shh, 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 like a gentle shushing.
Yeah.
To like calm her down with like a little bit of just like the
Take it easy. Take it easy. I'm sure that there's How long ago did they get lost? I mean, surely
I only
this is
noticed it a
nothing
few
to make
minutes
a
ago,
fuss
like
about.
not even 10 minutes ago. But
Then there's nothing to worry about, my dear. They've simply gone out on some kind of walk. Taking a little father-daughter expedition
this
together.
isn't
They
like
are
Royce.
having
This isn't like him
bonding
at all.
time.
This isn't like Royce at all. He would have told me. He would have left me a note. Something.
Well, surely, I mean, this counts, right? Trying to like pass my hand over like a paper or a post-it note or something that is in the nearby area, like literally just waves a hand over it and words appear on it, like as a minor manifestation of just like look, and it doesn't even fully look like actual words. It's like with the speed at which he does it, it looks A, very shoddily written, B, it looks like it
Yeah, this
Dimderber.
can you fingers. My bad.
Thimderber. Non sequitur.
Non-sequitur activated in real life.
It looks. I fucking love it. No, not Thunderbird.
Please put it in focus words. I want to get that as a focus word.
Thunderbird.
Okay,
Anyway,
pardon me. Yeah.
so a hand has been waved shoddily over like this post-it note or this like like a scrap paper that you have in your kitchen that you write notes down on, like remember to pick up the milk, honey, like or
Yeah,
whatever.
of course.
Shoddily written. Lots of words misspelled. For some reason, the word Thunderbird just appears at the bottom of it. Like, not at all close to the husband's name. And then, like, dash Royce. Like, just, written on it. And he just, like, presents that to her. And, like, it's almost like it was written with fountain pen. It starts to leak, like, drip on the paper. And just be like, I mean... Sure, it was done in a rush, but I'm sure this is nothing to be worried about. This is nothing to take any concern over.
She
More
takes
tea?
it and looks
And
at
I
it and
like
says to herself, or it says to herself and also to you, maybe he and Gabby are playing a joke or something. Because this looks like a message she would write, especially whatever this says at the bottom.
I hear it's very popular with the kids these days. And I just look at her and I'm just like, there is simply nothing to worry about. Except, of course, your broken TV. I mean, I can get working on that as soon as possible, but I don't mind.
I'm so sorry. I'm just, you understand this took me by surprise and there's just so much to do. Also, can you tell me I'm not going crazy, please? There's this buzzing. It's driving me up a wall, and I've heard it for 15 minutes now, something like that. Maybe it's the television, but I can hear it here.
How prominent is it from me just listening? Just like how prominent is it within the background noise profile of me just sitting here talking to her?
You wouldn't have noticed it until she mentioned it.
I wouldn't have noticed it. Yeah. So I just look at her and I go, "What noise?" Trying to make a cat. It's not a. It's kind of like. This would have been better as a non sequitur than the front door thing. Actually, now that I think about it, low essence costs low duration.
You have a low.
I could change
them.
She
broke the duration of the last one.
Yeah. So I just go, "What noise?" Activating non sequitur on her again. I haven't heard a pin drop since I got here. I mean, other than heating up the kettle and making sure that everything's all right.
Can I show you the television?
Yes, please. I do need to get back to work on it after all.
Of course. Yeah, thank you for coming. I appreciate it very much. She takes the note and kind of folds it up and puts it into her pants pocket. And as she as she brings you upstairs, you find yourself in the room that you poured it into. And she says, and you see her kind of wincing as she enters. That noise it's making is terrible. I don't know what's wrong with it.
And it's more prominent. This noise especially is more prominent in here.
The buzzing she was talking
Right.
about downstairs is different from the that the TV set is making. It's just making
Right.
like a god awful feedback.
It's
sound.
like like TV static combined. Like, yeah, I get you. So I take this opportunity, and keeping her in this room at least for the time being. I want to activate Head in the Clouds.
Yeah.
So Head in the Clouds is going to be interesting. This is a heady ramble, fueled by imagination, memories, and I am going to snap back to reality with a powerful insight after the ramble is done. But the ramble is going to go on for a while. Now, this is where my fellow players and my conduit come in here. You two have the power to do luck pitches for free on my towards me on my behalf, or towards a problem that y'all are facing as well in the immediate area. Because let's be honest, I'm a very large individual relative to them. The sphere of influence on this is a little wider. It's a wide sphere of influence anyway. It would cover the whole house in fairly good succession once I get into it.
It does have
So
to be
the idea
pertaining
with
to Gandy, though. So what this means, Afro and Metal, is you guys can luck pitch for Gandy while he's using Head in the Clouds.
However,
Okay.
what this ramble is going to do is I'm going to launch into it by basically saying,
This is very odd.
because you see, and I start looking up at the room around me.
For starters, it could be the placement of the TV in the room. I mean, first, you have these windows that are casting lights upon it and making it so that it has a glare in the middle of the day. It simply would not do to be set here.
Light?
There is a phenomenon known as screen burn-in, you see, but sometimes it will work in the opposite direction.
And we'll walk over to the window and as he is, we'll start rubbing his hand along the walls, trying to feel iridescent of Head in the Clouds or not, trying to feel where there might be a source of buzzing in the wall.
Mm-hmm.
Not even for him to point out to her, but just for his own benefit.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he's rubbing his hand along the wall and hoping that kind of will be heard in some way by my compatriots, as if they are kind of in the area, or it will resonate enough. It's kind of like one of those rubs against the wall where you hear the against the wood of the wall or the drywall,
Would you
it
be staying
scrapes.
Would you be staying in the den, or would you be wandering around other rooms in the house as well?
I'm starting in the den, but this hand movement I'm describing now, this wall movement I'm describing now, will be something that I do as I continue this.
Yeah, you would feel a substantial source of buzzing near a light switch in the room.
Mm-hmm. So my hand passes over the light switch, and that tingling, that thrumming kind of sensation of this buzz, and he'll just move on
Houses built during this time had a little fault within them, that the studs were placed a little bit farther apart than the modern code allows for. Now, they're grandfathered into thanks to the system of codes and services that is available today.
and walking over to the window, shutting the curtains, and really making the room darker in and of itself. Pulling a lot of techno mumbo jumbo out of his ass. Out of his head. And we'll kind of look at her intermittently and just be like,
Do you know if you have an ordinance for when your house was built?
but not even giving her a chance to be chance to respond, to just be yeah, exactly. And that's the whole idea with this ramble. I mean, you could look at other parts of your house too, and slowly migrates out of the den and into the hallway of the den, where the other rooms would be. For instance, let's say that you're in another room of the house, and starts to walk down the hallway and saying that noises and buzzing coming from your television are normal, but when them being heard at other parts of the house like this are certainly a development that needs to be taken care of and given a look at.
Is it?
Oh, certainly it could be, but I mean, you've heard of the studies from the government. You know, they have all kinds of brainwashing technology available nowadays. But that's beside the point. You didn't buy a television with brainwashing put into it. Yeah, but that's beside the point. You didn't buy a television with brainwashing installed in it. It doesn't take but a government agent coming into your house.
Package. But as this is going on, jumping back over to Illya and Majolica, they've been running
And down the hallway, same hand movement, so trying to get a resonant frequency to my allies wherever they are, so that they can kind of like jump in on this if they may. But, Robbie, this is also something that you have access to if you'd like.
And jumping back over to the other two, as they have are rushing off, following the map that has been laid out for them, they start to detect more and more presence of PVs, and they even get a brief encounter with the first of the a sweeper. You can tell immediately because it's kitted out in an outfit that they clearly thought was very cool, but to a human's eye look extremely dorky. It looks as though they have a jumpsuit made of those shiny foil bubblegum wrappers that's been strapped all around them, as well as enormous bug eye goggles. But as this first sweeper does not pay you any heed, instead scanning around with a strange light on top of a little kind of gun-shaped object. But as they are doing so, you've gotten to the end of the map. And you can actually see that there's a couple of little peepholes in the wall that allow you to look out into Gabby's room as an observation station high up. So you're kind of at picture hanging levels within the room. Actions you'd like to take once you're here, you can obviously still hear the kind of warning buzzers going off within the complex of the PVs, and you do hear the distant sounds of some of their teams calling out to each other.
Okay. I would like to see if we heard previously one of the announcements was sweeper team blank return to base.
Yep.
Does this sweeper have any indication of what team he was on, a letter or a number on his jumpsuit?
That's exactly right. They would have a great big letter A right over the goggles. Perfect.
Cool.
Excellent question. Other actions you guys would like to have taken on the way here, or now that you're here, what would you like to do?
I would like to look over the room, and assuming maybe that they looked over it and didn't notice anything, knowing that what human objects are, is there anything that looks like it would be a good place for a human that they would go, that's a great hiding place, that you know what I'm saying?
I know exactly
something that a PV wouldn't recognize, maybe it's a Pringles can, or something that was just oh, I know what this object is inherently.
Yeah.
It would be good to hide there.
Does Illya have a plus to spirit?
She do.
Yeah. And being a magical girl, I don't know if this is a magical girl trope or whether it's something she herself might be inclined towards. Does Illya like stuffed animals?
Yeah.
I kind of feel it. I have the weirdest feeling, right? Gabby loves stuffed animals.
He gets turned into one once. Anyways, yeah.
Yeah, Gabby loves stuffed animals and has a lot of them. But Illya would recognize that at least one of her stuffed animals has a zipper on it.
Okay. I will point out to Majolica and saying, I might hide in there. It'd be it might be too warm, but safety over comfort.
Of course you would hide in the giant pink bear.
That's beside the point. So would she. It would make the daughter feel good. Pink is good.
Good eye, though.
Why'd you go Australian on me?
Good eye.
Good eye.
How far is this teddy bear?
So
plushie?
If you guys are at about picture hanging height, this plushie is prominently on the bed amidst a pile of other stuffed animals. It's in a position of honor. And so for a human, it would be if you were standing on the bed, it would be at foot level and you guys would be at chest level. Of course, given your current height, you're substantially higher up.
Yeah.
I could just glide over to it, but what about you?
I actually can do that.
Also, if we're wrong, it's going to be hard to get back.
True, but I can glide now, so.
As the two of you are discussing, however, there would be two things you would hear. First of all, you would start to hear Gandy's voice. This is the beginning of when he begins Head in the Clouds, and his voice projects through the house pretty easily.
Oh God, what is that?
The second thing is you would see movement in the room as one of the power outlets like squeaks open like an old ship porthole, and you can see that two silver-clad sweepers come buzzing out with their wingsuits into the room and immediately go from buzzing out to like hiding immediately behind the legs of the desk in the room, kind of perfectly obscuring themselves in the shadows of them.
Okay.
Right. We can't go yet. We have to make sure they do their sweep first. Because if we go now, they're going to see us.
I have an idea if I can like zoom in and through my like pull my sunglasses down and like zoom in to see if I can see what team they're on.
Oh, that's a good point. What's your sensory stat?
My sensory stat is +2.
Excellent. And really looking down and in, you can see that they are on sweeper team C.
Sweeper team C. Okay. What is the area around us looking like? Are we in like a side street kind of looking area? Or is there one of those
you're in
speakers?
Like, it's like midway in terms of how developed it is. It doesn't have like a lot of storefronts, so to speak, or domiciles, but it isn't a shithole.
They have Panda Express here. Anyway, is there one of those speaker things here?
Yes, there is.
Wow.
Okay. I would like to go over to the speaker thing, and attach touch my smart tome to it, and I want to like lean into the mic. Sweeper Team C, return to base.
Awesome. As you do so, you find that and like you're trying to set this up, even though your smart tome does seem to be able to interface with the technology, given given Majolica's past experience with hacking, she can detect that they have some sort of like layer of security that prevents her from just getting immediate access. What does she want to try to do about this?
What kind of fairies have? Fine. Okay. I'm going.
It's a fairy wall. Instead of a firewall.
With her phone still attached, she's going to pull another screen down from the brim of her hat, and start tapping away at that, trying to see what kind of security they have in here. I don't know if any of my I don't think Phantasm can do this, but I'll do another manifestation for pull it down additional screen. It is hacker mode time.
As you do so, I will let you know that given she has an arcane stat of 1, this is probably going to be the last substantial manifestation she can do for the mission.
I will fix that later.
As she brings it down, though, and kind of like works her way through the weird layers that they have, it's not programmed like a human would program. It's very indirect and strange, but she does make her way to what it seems to be is their only line of defense, which is a security question. And boy, is it a doozy. It is, what is the color of vest worn by Mr. Risk on Season 5, Episode 3 from the TV show Riders on a Dusty Road?
What?
I can even imagine Majolica like saying this aloud. Like, what?
I have a crazy thought.
What's your crazy thought?
I obviously... Okay, this is going to be very strange. So, first, I have three kind of refresher questions. First and foremost, what is the relationship from humans to PVs? Like, do humans very commonly know about PVs? Like, Or not, or hardly at all.
Hardly at all. The PVs do a good job of covering their tracks, and usually the only time
they're like-
humans find
yeah.
out and like keep their memories,
They like
is
Brins. Okay,
yeah,
yeah.
is if the PVs aren't worried about them spreading the secret.
Okay. Okay. So that makes one idea that I had not the worst in the world. Secondly, what is the likelihood that in the walls of this house, my compatriots would come across a lost marble?
That's actually quite high, especially given that you've started Head in the Clouds. And so, I actually have an idea for this. While Majolica is trying to get in, she hits this weird-ass security question. What? Illya, actions that you would like to take before I jump back to Gandy.
I'm trying to. I did specify she might watch a lot of TV, but I don't know if she would know this off the top of her head, or even be something she was interested in.
Yeah, this is like clearly a local show of some kind, and is definitely not from the name in the genre that she would be interested in.
How many guesses do you get?
Is
It's
there
like the I'm not a
be
robot
something-
checkbox. You can just keep doing it until you...
Yeah,
is there like an attempts remaining?
Yes,
yeah.
they have 3.
3.
Oh, it's fairies. It could be like macaroni or something.
I don't think that's a color.
My crayons say otherwise.
What kind of Crayola box do you have?
Did you never use macaroni and cheese?
The thing I wanted to mention is while the two of you are talking, Illya, are you going to be like moving about, or are you going to be like taking a seat and watching her or something like that?
I'm half watching. Well, I'm sort of watching Majolica, but I'm also still watching over the area that the SEAL Team 6 or whatever, is moving in. Just trying to make sure they don't like see what they do before we can call them out in case they leave or what they check, or
Absolutely.
if
They
Gandy the Great comes in.
They flit from desk leg to desk leg, and they eventually make their way up onto the bed and start scanning among the stuffed animals. Though every time they do, they'll like dive for cover behind stuffed animals or similar. As she is looking about, like, and following them, however, Illya would see that on the bed, there is, in addition to stuffed animals and like an old sock and things like that, there is in fact a rather interesting looking object that doesn't feel like it belongs there. What is the skin for Gandy's marbles?
So in the first mission that Gandy run, I had his lost marbles kind of be like these, gift shops will have like these kind of like little crystal statuettes, right? Like like I visited Rock City and there's a crystal statuette of a rock or not a rock, but like of like an eagle or whatever. Like, little figurines, almost like glass chess pieces.
Yeah.
Kind of like crystal. It's really weird. It's specific, but it's weird. It works.
I get what you're going for. And this also would indicate why it would stand out so much. You would see this little crystal statuette on the bed that is in the shape of like a Dodge Charger.
Weirdly enough, I drive a Dodge Charger. That was spooky.
Sorry.
I'm gonna keep an eye on you.
Old time new one. Like we're talking like 80s.
Yeah, like 60s Dodge Charger.
Getting DOSed.
And so to Illya, even if she's not like, aha, that's definitely Gandy, she I could see her being like, that does not look like it belongs in this little girl's room.
Finding one grants a relevant insight into the mission's plot.
I was also going to suggest a luck thing, because you said Head in the Clouds works like that. As long as it pertains to him, I can...
if it pertains to me, yes.
So, you're talking about a TV. I have a luck set of 3.
You're going to ramble on about the show they're talking about?
What are the chances...
That's what my third question was going to be! I'm so glad you picked up on that. Thank you!
What are the chances he just starts talking about that show?
You know what?
Literally, my third question was going to be: I'm walking down like the hallway, kind of like picking up pace, picking up with kind of where they're at now. I was going to say something along the lines of like, the brainwashing in the TVs type thing. Like, I was just like, goodness gracious, TV. Have you seen the latest season of whatever the name of the show was?
Yeah. I'll give it to you. Riders on a Dusty Road.
That's what it was. Riders on a Dusty Road.
Have you? Television. It's a crazy thing, Have you seen the latest season of Riders on the Dusty Road yet?
Oh, forget about it. Royce loves it. He's been marathoning it with Gabby, and she's become obsessed.
It's a phenomenal piece of work, isn't it?
You and Royce will get along so well.
I have a feeling we would. I have a feeling that's why he called me. But well, actually, don't read too deeply into that. I'm just the messenger. I'm just the guy working on the TV. But the characters in that show simply so relatable with their with their it's a great aesthetic. I think the director really hit on something with that. And he'll like start to enter into the next room in the hallway, which I don't have a map of the house. Is it close to, like... We're going to check on some interference in some other rooms, make sure that we're not getting any static input against any lines in other parts of the house. And, like, open up into...
I will call this the entry into Gabby's room. Now, before we go further with this, as Gandy is rambling, Majolica would actually pick up him saying the name of the show just before he enters this room. She does have the double plus to sensory after all.
Yeah, it is sensory. I have a +3 to reflex, not +2 to 3.
Yeah, pardon. +2 to sensory. Yeah, and before we go further with that, however, Illya, because you have discovered one of Gandy's lost marbles, it gives you an insight into the plot of the mission that's going on right now. And now, to that end, what is the thing that Illya is most focused on? Like, what is she most concerned about trying to figure out?
Where are the father and daughter?
Yeah. And she obviously has her own idea of where they are. They're tucked away in a stuffed animal, which would imply that they got out of the walls. They escaped the compound. And given that one of the sweeper teams has also left the compound, it seems as though the PVs also think in that direction. And as she said, where else would you hide besides in the pink plush? To this end, as she kind of notices this strange object on just sitting there on the bed, she would get, for want of a better term, a rush of confidence in her guess. It feels like there is no other place they could be based on all of the evidence that she's saying.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I mean, as soon as this SEAL Team C moves out and gets called back to base, hopefully, she'll go for it.
Yeah. As Gandy enters into Gabby's room, however, this would bring him into full view of Illya, and she would also see that he has the mother with him, who's kind of falling behind him, looking very, very bored of this conversation now that it has pivoted to this particular TV show. And Gandy's booming voice is fully audible throughout all of the halls and walls of the room. Also, of course, Sweeper Team C has immediately pulled away to the shadows, tucking themselves in incredibly improbable places and hiding very proficiently. They scatter like roaches.
I feel like they kind of jumped the shark a little bit on the last episode, but it's neither here nor there. Now, this room. My goodness, what a pretty room. Is this your daughter's room?
Yes, I'm glad you like it. We've done everything to make it her two favorite things in the world, which is stuffed animals and cars.
Ah, lovely.
Looking at the bed, seeing it's already been discovered, but it's his lost marble after all. It's just seeing speaking of which, and just kind of
how'd this get here?
Yeah, exactly.
it's just before she has a chance to notice, it's this one's mine. Like,
Yeah.
you know, puts it in the thing, and it's just like,
Well, in terms of fixing your television and making sure that it's not interfering with anything else in the house, I'm going to very quickly check some of the other electricals, some of the other places that there might be interferons or, well, anything of that sort.
and just he will kind of look around this room, knowing that he's still looking for little people. You know that
course.
that's the idea.
As he's
Although
looking
a
around,
couple of non sequiturs in a row might have hindered that a little bit. Like he's definitely like taking his job as a television repairman a little too seriously at the moment.
as he is looking
he's
around,
kinda-
there is something
yeah.
he would note, which is something that Head in the Clouds would pick up, even if he might not see it as being particularly important. There is a gift sitting on the desk, which is a fan's guide to Riders on a Dusty Road, book of trivia from Papa to Gabby.
I need the color, please.
Yeah, I'm getting there. He'll start like he'll rub a hand along the wall again and like put an ear up to it. The buzzing.
Real quick note: while Gandy is rubbing a hand along the wall, both Illya and Majolica inside of the wall would obviously hear the thumping and grinding, and you would hear a couple of PVs like stage whispering, "Hit the deck, cut all sound." And they would like literally pause all of the electronics in this hallway, leading up pretty much precisely to the section where you guys are. So you guys are still going because Gandy isn't on your section of wall. You're over the bed. Gandy can't rub his hand there very easily. But all the ones leading up to this place, the PVs have like shut down their tech to try to not be noticed.
Okay.
And he just kind of rubs the hand and like puts an ear up to the wall. And he's heard the buzzing like once or twice up to this point. Does it sound any different in here?
Yes, he would actually notice that there is no buzzing in this wall at all.
And he's just kind of like, interesting.
Do we have
Seems that
communication
they're-
with each other
One more
through
time,
like any
Illya.
means? Sorry, do we have communication with each other through any means?
What means would you like to try? The Enclave doesn't give you comm devices.
Okay,
of
that's
any
what
kind.
I didn't remember that. I mean,
Totally,
I can
yeah.
easily get his attention, but I just didn't know if I could not do something dramatic.
Quite.
I don't need to do anything yet, but
Sure.
Yeah, I have a feeling I know what you've gotten planned.
I have another phenomenal idea for when I want to move on from this room, but that's going to be in a little bit. So,
Sure.
yeah.
Now, as Gandy's like, both Illya and Majolica would hear from like the direction where they cut power, the like of a PV hurrying into place. You can see it's one of their like kiosk operators who has a headset on that has like a little red light spinning on the top of it. And as she kind of hurries into place, she says, "You two, what are you doing? Why aren't you at action stations?"
I would like to viewpoint her.
Yep, absolutely. And as you do so and are seeing yourselves through her eyes, she's mostly focusing on Illya at the moment.
Nope. Illya's gone. No one's there.
And are you going to try to blank your... Oh, yeah.
In place of Illya is like a little, like a thimble doll. Like it's got like a little, it's a little
Like
tiny
a corncob doll?
Yeah.
So do you want to try to hit her with the viewpoint before she gets close enough to see you guys?
Yes. If I see her running at it, I'll like, that's probably someone. I'm going to take a little like clear sliver from my hat and just throw it at her.
Yep.
And it's going to go right over her goggles.
Yeah, pardon, you're taking a what and throwing it at her?
Looks like a clear sliver from my hat.
Oh,
It's
nice.
just like
As the activation for the viewpoint. That's
Yeah.
cool. Yeah. And blanking, are you blanking yourself from her vision as well?
I'm gonna just if I can I change the appearance?
Viewpoint only lets you remove things. So if you want
Okay,
to
then
change
yeah,
the
I'll
appearance, you
remove
have to
myself
do
as
like a repeat veneer. Yeah. And as you do so, she comes like hurrying up. She looks out of the observation viewpoint that Illya's been looking out. You hear him say, you hear her say, "No good. This is no good. The amp's up to something. The amp's up to something. That one is definitely trouble. Oh, bad. And she goes rushing off.
Okay.
Referencing me and the mother, or just...
She was definitely just referencing Gandy, because obviously you guys can hear Gandy's voice perfectly clear. He tapped the wall and goes,
Right.
That's odd, or whatever he had said. and that has freaked out this particular PV at the very least.
As he continues that statement saying, "It's not as much electrical interference as I would have expected over here.
That's
So
a good thing,
that's
right?
going to be less of an issue. Yes, that's a fantastic thing. That means that there hasn't been any wires crossed or anything of that sort." Looking over at the bed again, looking at the desk and the bed, and is just like, walks over to the desk. "You don't happen to keep any other? You don't happen to let your daughter into any possession of any other electronic devices, will you?
Yes,
Any
she has
Furbies or Hardys or Shingles or something, anything like that, right?"
She says, yes, well, she has a couple of toys that are electronic, and she also has a walkie-talkie set that she loves, and of course she has her remote-controlled cars.
Right. Well, just as an aside, those toys might simply be, and he, in the middle of this statement, is picking up that guidebook and just like flipping idly through it.
Yeah.
Like just kind of like talking, like still of two minds and thinking about the conversation interjection of the show. And it's just like, but the statement is continuing along the lines of, televisions can be interfered with by other electronics. It's best, if you're trying to watch television, to not have them around while you're trying to watch. He has landed on the page with the costuming department. The costumes of all the characters. Like, each character's like, kind of like A poses and side profiles of each character in their like signature costume. And like has landed on the one with like season 1, season 2, season 3 of the character for the security question.
Absolutely. And as Gandy is doing so, jumping back to Illya and Majolica, now that they are once again alone in their section of hallway, though possibly not for long, actions Majolica would like to take, and then actions Illya would like to take. You obviously can hear Gandy outside.
Yeah, we can't really move forward until we get them, get the SEAL team. I keep saying SEAL team. The Sweeper Team C out. So
Yeah,
we're
I'm just
kind of waiting.
The exact wording for okay, this color, red or whatever.
Yeah. That said, you do not hear Gandy voicing that yet, at the very least.
It is literally the next thing that he would say. He just like pauses on the page with those costumes, and it's just like, and it's the character from the question. It's all his outfits, and he looks at like the changes. And, like, it has Season 5, because Season 5 is the newest season, obviously. And he's just like, that's odd. Didn't know that they changed his vest over to Viridian Green, or what,
I will completely take that. I love that.
In it goes! Password!
As you quickly type it in, you would see like a little, like the confirmation that you get to some security questions, thank you for doing this, that's what I said. You would see that the pop-up says, in 252, only Mr. Risk fans are permitted. And with you now having an in to the broadcast system, what would you like to do?
Okay. Sweeper teams A through D return to base. What's the wording here?
What do you think?
I'm trying to potentially troublesome amp. Investigating.
Yep. Do you want to use like a term like maybe fall back or something like that?
Yeah. Just like get the fuck out.
Retreat.
And as you do so, the two of you would hear Majolica's voice kind of like echoing off down some of the hallways, though again, quietly. Loud to you, but quiet to a human. And after delivering this message, what do the two of you want to do? You immediately hear footsteps of PVs coming in your direction from the opposite way that one had came just now.
Okay. For me, +3 luck. What are the chances there's like a takeout order from a shop?
Like ready to go?
Yeah, just like ready for Uber Eats pickup.
That's awesome. Yeah, I'll take it.
Grab it, and I'm going inside.
Like tucking into like the takeout stand.
Yeah.
Will you be dragging Illya in with you?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, I'm ready to jump now.
There's people coming. If we go now, they're gonna see us. We gotta wait for them to leave the room.
You hear PVs trooping past, whispering to each other, terrified and hurried. All right, we got to fall back. Get quick deployments from head base of operations. Then we're going to see what we can do about the PV. Pardon me. We're going to see what we can do about the amp. But then from there, we got to send out messages to all the other PV stations we have set up around here so that we can maybe get some reinforcements in. This could be a full rinse situation. Do you understand? This could be a full rinse situation. And with the area out front once again clear after a minute or so of them hurrying past, quickly talking to each other and clearly panicked, what would the two of you like to do?
Back to the viewpoint or jump point or whatever.
Yep.
I don't know now if the sweeper team is left.
Exactly.
Because I didn't get to see them.
The observation point.
Yeah.
Wow.
Real quick, before we go further, I'm so sorry. I gotta take a quick piss. I will be right the hell back. Feel free to
No
do so as
worries.
well or talk amongst yourselves. I apologize.
I can't talk right now. I'm making piss.
So what if you could see the darker side of me?
Oh.
This has been a fun session so far, you guys.
Yeah. My phone has not yet been destroyed, so. Last session,
Smart.
someone...
For some reason, smart tome. It's literally just like an open book, but with an iPad screen instead of pages.
I imagine it like the fancy folding phones, but it's bigger.
Yeah. Like the new, like the Galaxy Flips, but
Yeah,
instead
yeah.
it's like bigger and like it's a Galaxy Flip, but it's like bigger and the front and back cover of like a leather-bound book. That's
Well, she's very
phenomenal.
sci-fi, so it'd be
Yeah.
more, yeah, but yeah, that's
Absolutely.
the idea for it.
Love it, love it, love it, love it.
She has no combat applications whatsoever.
Well, good. The next course of action for me is I'm going to take my crab plushie out from like behind my back, like it's been hanging on my tool belt. Oh, Robbie's coming back. I guess I can tell him too.
Pardon me.
It's crap.
Let's finish this up.
You are pardoned, good sir.
Thank you very much. Now, Illya, you were saying.
Right, back to the viewpoint.
Looking
I
out.
do not know if the I keep saying seal, the sweeper team C has left yet. I don't know if I could see them having left, but probably not. I am going to, is there one of those electronic toys
Like
around?
out in the room?
Yes.
There's several. You can see, for example, a couple of like RC cars over in the corner. You can see a stuffed animal that is actually like hooked up to the wall, like the ones where you kind of press it and it makes a funny noise, like a more sophisticated version of that needs wall power. And you can also see the two walkie-talkies laid on the bed from where the mother had been showing them to Gandy.
Ooh. I think. How close are any of them? Like, what is the... So, here's the thought. I'm going to take a lightning bolt, and I am going to throw it at one of these electronics and hope that it shorts it and makes it do something.
Yeah. The easiest one by far and away would be the walkie-talkies. Those are by far the closest, and also they are almost directly below the observation point, so the mother would not be looking at you, because she's looking at Gandy at the moment.
Okay. I just want to send out a signal like, get out of there.
Yep.
Yeah.
In this case, the observation porthole is actually openable, which Illya would discover. Like maybe at first she'd like mush her face up against it, realize it's glass, and then like find a hatch to open it up. But she'd be able to like pop out quite subtly.
Nice. It leans out and just like there, and we'll just throw lightning bolt.
Yep.
Down at the walkie-talkies.
And while Gandy would not see Illya, he would see the spark that lunges from like an unsuspecting spot on the wall amidst a bunch of wall hangings, strike down and hit the one of the walkie-talkies, which would then go and make a similar, like, annoying noise similar to the TV.
He would turn and react,
Yeah,
placing the
so
book down,
porthole.
just like,
Yeah.
Yep.
Did you hear that?
I did. That does that mean it's not dangerous, is it? Because that's the same sound the television was making.
Gandy will kind of like cock an eyebrow and just kind of like,
It's probably nothing. But we do have something to be going back and fixing. I've seen everything I need to see. I'm going to secretly, as secretly as I can while keeping her distracted, take Bartholomew, my crab familiar plushie, and like whoop, toss him onto the bed or near the bed relative to where, just as like at a lucky aside, where they suspected that the father and the daughter are hiding.
And fortunately, as a
Like-
plushie, Bartholomew blends in quite neatly on the bed.
Exactly. That's as soon as you said plushies, I was like, So he will kind of leave Bartholomew on the bed, grab the mother, and walk out of Gabby's room and start heading back to sorry, checking
The
something
den
on my phone.
with the
My
television?
apologies. Back to the den with the television, of
Yep.
course. And this will be kind of when Head in the Clouds is coming to an end.
Yeah.
And he will just be like,
Having seen everything that I kind of need to see here, I think I've come up with a brilliant solution. Just come with me.
Of course.
And we'll walk out of the room. I'll close the door behind me. Two things are going to happen on Gandy's next go-around, simultaneous with Gandy's next go-around, but in two different places, because Bartholomew's going to do something and I'm going to do something. So,
Sure. Before we get to that, however,
if you wanted to hop to them, yeah.
of course, the two of you would, of course, hear Gandy leading the mother out of the room. And Illya would also see Gandy kind of covertly tuck his stuffed crab plushie onto the mess of stuffed animals on the bed. As Gandy leaves the room with the mother and clicks the door shut behind him, actions that Illya would like to take.
Illya's going to reopen the porthole.
Yep.
I'm assuming it's big enough to get out of?
Yes,
Because
for her.
Oh yeah. And I'm just gonna tell her, I think I don't know if it was in character, but I thought Majolica said she could also glide or something
she
now.
did, yes.
So I'm just gonna go follow me and just drop out of the window.
And I don't know if Majolica was expecting that precise move, but what would she do?
Well, I haven't gotten the Teslas feature out yet. She'll
Neither have
climb
I.
through. She'll climb through, and her hard light cape will poof out around her, and she'll just leap off.
Yep. And as Illya plummets, is she going to be like trying to wait till the last moment to catch herself, or do like a more gentle glide down, or do like a deep swoop?
I just
and dive?
assumed that it's one of those things where it's like there's a part in the show where they're like, oh yeah, of course magical girls can fly. So she's just gonna like go down slowly without any worry. Like not like, oh god, I'm plummeting. I mean, if I really had to, I could just out of the blue, but I'm not gonna do that.
Quite.
I'm just I feel like she could just glide down or land in a plushie. I mean,
Out of the blue. Oh my god.
I debated it.
Like
I
a
debate
fucking
if the
thunderclap
fairies
from Gabby's room, just like it would
If the
provide the
PVs
perfect
got
reason
close,
to get the
that
mother
was
out
an
of the
option.
house.
Yeah, if the PVs got close to the plushie, that was an option of just aerial sky strike. But
Well, there's your electrical interference.
Yeah, exactly.
It was a lady. But anyways, as you would go gliding down, where do you want to land? Are you landing like right next to the plushie you suspect, or are you want to land
Yes.
somewhere else? Yep.
I'm just going right for it, and I'm hoping that Majolica does the same.
I'll land on the crab.
Yeah. Toot. Yeah. But Illya would get there first, and actions she would like to take as she lands next to that plushie.
Unzip the zipper.
Yep. This is obviously a good deal harder than at full size. You really have to get both hands on, like, put your back into it. But as you are unzipping it, and it goes down like one tooth at a time, you would hear inside a little panicked voice and then a shh. And as the thing kind of pops open, you would see that there's a whole bunch of like stuffing at the front. It's not like a fluff stuffing you would lose. It's like a little silk cushion inside that doubles as stuffing that's been kind of like pushed up against where the zipper opens, like a bureau shoved in front of a door.
I'm here to help get you back to normal size. Please, wait. How would you know? What do I say? Look. I've already found you. Just we'll bring you back to normal size and get you out of here.
Normal size?
Please just trust me.
Is this another trick?
Another trick?
And you hear, yeah, go on. I know that you're one of them. And you've
Wait, what if we
lied
make
to us every single time.
Majolica,
Yeah,
make the teddy bear bigger.
sure. Click.
Oh my god.
And the teddy bear grows to person size. It obviously doesn't grow like to the point where they would be like proportionately as big inside, but it becomes quite large. And
They're touching the teddy bear. Does that work?
and as you do so, you see a hand kind of pop out of it, and you're, oh, jeez, help! I'm stuck.
I'll shrink it back down.
Is the oh
Oh, it'd have to be.
I mean,
Ilya
unless
to
Ilya wants to say something first,
Yeah.
that's fine.
Ilya's the one with the diminutizer, so she'd be the one. who's gonna take
Right.
wait, I did it. Oh,
Or no, pardon, it's
Is
the
it,
reverse. That would be Illya
Well, no,
would
yeah, it
have
is
to be the
reversed.
one to make it bigger,
Yeah.
and then Majolica would be the one to make it smaller. That's fine.
oh, I did not know that. Yeah,
yeah,
I'll
that's
make the
fine.
teddy bear bigger.
Yep. And as Majolica shrinks it back down, you hear, so you can get us bigger. And you will. Really? Really? Really?
Yes, please stop shouting.
Yeah, but if you're shrinking the bear,
Yeah, it's kind of
You're going to get us caught.
Yes, please stop shouting.
As
your
you
wife
do
is
so,
out of the room. How would I know she's your wife? Her name is Tanya. You're the Darren family. We're sent here to help. Please, just let us help you.
As you do so, he says, I am absolutely floored by just how much those people knew about us. They knew everything about us. They even knew what time Gabby went to bed last night. Isn't that true, Gabs? Yeah, and they know what classes I took.
I mean, they live in your house.
I don't know any of that. Does that help? How do I tell you I don't know?
I don't know any of that. Does that help? Phenomenal question.
And you hear like a scrunching of beanbag as Royce finally pushes it aside with Gabby clinging to his leg. She's about 6 at a guess and looks terrified. But as he pushes it aside, he says, please make us normal size. Please, 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 please.
Yeah, I will do it immediately, even if it ends
Oh,
up like.
we gotta get out of the house first, right?
No, we can just run out of the house. What are the bunch of fairies gonna do at full size?
They could
We have
shrink
to get
us
them out of the
again.
house anyways. Can't. Oh wait, did you think they did that? I didn't get that.
It's-
I thought the TV did it.
He says, well, I think the TV did it too, but they...
I'll just make you bigger again. We can fight this.
No,
And he says-
then they'll burn the house down.
But also they have guns.
They're
They
gonna
have
do
guns.
that anyway. They have guns.
Okay. Is the crab alive?
Is burning the house down a lose condition? It's
Yes.
just to rescue them,
With
though,
people
isn't it?
in it, it's a lose condition.
Well, with people in it, it's a lose condition. But yeah, I mean,
So
like,
is
how fast is a house really going to burn down? Like, we can get them out quick.
That's my entire train of thought as well.
Yeah.
Real quick, is the plushy crab alive, or is it just a plushy crab?
Dippy.
So Bartholomew is a skin of one of the oddballs items, which is called Mr. Sock. It is a sock puppet, but in my case, it's a crab plushie. In Oshwa, Bartholomew is like an actual familiar, but for the mechanics of Mr. Sock, when he goes on a mission, he goes from being a full-on like crab familiar to being a plushie. Matches the mechanics of the item. And
I can get us out of here
for
faster.
one time only, Mr. Sock can speak with his own sapience and voice, but never to its own owner. So in the middle of this conversation, a crab plushie that is nearby.
Well, this would be the one that Majolica is perched on top of, yes.
Yeah, I'm sitting on it right now.
So, like, a pair of eyes, you feel a pair of eyes, like, look at you all of a sudden on the plushie that you're sitting on, and it just goes... And it just kind of goes...
If you do pardon me, Gandy can do a wonderful job of getting the mother out of the house if you want to get out of the house first.
Oh, what the fuck? Oh, okay. Can you repeat that?
No.
No.
Goes back
Can
to
you
plushie.
repeat it for me, not for Majolica?
If you'll pardon me, Gandy can do a wonderful job of getting the mother out of the house if you want to get out of the house first.
Yes. I think getting out of the house. Illya also has a way out of the house. So,
Yeah.
is it break the window?
Well, you wanted the shortest way.
Now, as the two of you are saying this, Royce would kind of hurry over and like put himself in front of Illya and says, "Can we be normal size again? We need to be normal size."
Yeah. I'm. Well, Jolie, get over here.
Yeah. Okay. Crab, follow us, I guess. It spoke.
It's
to us,
unfortunate,
right?
but I can't move. You will have to take me with you.
Can I shrink the crab?
Yeah. You have
Oh,
the
no.
diminutizer, and he becomes crab
Pick him
plush
up.
size for you, and you pick him up.
I put him under my hat which is also where the Panda Express is.
That Panda Express may or may not be gone by the time you check under your hat again.
If you can't move, you can't.
Yeah. And all four of us getting big.
Yep. And as
What
the,
he does when you're not looking is not of your concern.
Right. And as the enormousizer goes up, and you guys increase in size, there would be one thing that Illya would note, is that the enormousizer in her hand would get like hot as she's using it, to the point where it would be like uncomfortable to hold, and she might even drop it.
Gloves.
What kind of
She is-
gloves?
She is wearing gloves.
They're like, I don't want to say they're
gloves?
leather, but like they're shiny. I don't know if they'd be rubber, but like.
Ah,
yeah,
so
I
it's
don't-
like those
probably like
shiny,
a
silky gloves.
yeah.
Yeah. I would say that she could maybe keep a hand on it, but there would be a hole burned in the fingers of those gloves where she was touching it, and it's now
Oh,
small
no.
size. And also, the enormousizer, previously it's been quite fast. It's been like a brrrr, and you're done. This one takes like 3 times longer. It's
Makes sense.
slow, and even if the diminutizer is tickly, the enormousizer feels kind of like getting like a deep tissue massage. Like it's really like presses on you. However, as it gets to, you get back to full size, you hear a snap in your fingers, and the enormousizer breaks as it short circuits.
Oh, great.
Okay.
But
Cover your ears.
immediately Royce claps his hands over Gabby's ears and like scrunches his own around his head.
I'll
I
pull
just
my hat down.
thunderclap the window. Yeah, I just thunderclap the window.
The glass goes everywhere. The window goes everywhere. The window frame gets blasted out, and you immediately hear that of the house burglar alarm go off right the hell away. Before we go further with that, though, jumping back over to Gandy, because he's a little behind us in time.
I was about to say, there's a little bit of time before that
There
happens
is a
with
little bit of
Gandy, I'm sure.
Now, as you are returning to the den with the television, you are nearing the end of your head in the clouds. Describe the end to me
Indeed.
and what you're trying to pick out with that insight.
So, this ramble has been going for a while.
Oh, yes.
It has covered many things. It has helped a little bit in the progress of the mission. And the luck pitches have been helpful. But all of this has been an analysis of what is wrong with the television.
Right.
More than anything else. But as soon as I get back to the den, I don't even need the powerful insight when I snap back, because I'm just going to look at the television, look at her, and just be like,
actually going to try something, if you don't mind. A little bit of percussive maintenance. Activating Captain Obvious. I'm going to punch the top of the TV and it'll just start working again.
Donk.
Bonk! And it just like crackles and snaps back to life on Riders of the Dusty Road,
Quite,
as
yes,
it were to happen.
mid-episode.
Mid-episode with his Viridian green vest, and it's just like, what a weird change. And then like she is in awe, presumably, that's all that Gandy had to do to fix the TV.
And as she looks, she kind of like pauses for a second, watches, and she says, "Great. And you see it kind of hurts her to say it. What do we owe you?"
Oh, you'll get an invoice. It will come later, and it's a rather simple fix. I believe that's my time. If you, could you wouldn't mind accompanying me to the door? We can discuss details.
Oh, sure. Thank you. And then I really need to go get back to looking for Royce and Gabby. Do you...
Of course, but don't worry. I'm sure that there's absolutely nothing wrong.
Boom! The two of you
as he just goes
down the stairs when that goes off, and she screams at the top of her lungs and like clutches Gandy.
Gandy is bolting for the front door with her clutching onto him.
And as you do so, she's screaming, "What was that? What was that? What was that?"
Probably some of the electrical interference! As he's holding onto his hat with one hand, and she's, like, grasped around his waist. He's holding onto his hat with one hand, and is just running for the front door, like the burglar alarm's going off, and he is just, like, sprinting for the front door, keeping her in tow.
Yep.
Like, just trying to keep her mind, like, completely off of it.
And as you get to the
or not completely off of it, but, like, drag her away from it in a way that, like, she's coming along with me whether she wants to or not. Like,
as you get to the front door, I'm guessing going for the knob, like, unless Gandy prefers to dive out of a window himself for no particular reason.
no, he's definitely just, like, going for like the reach for the handle, the handle turns into a shoulder against the door to ram through the front door.
As he does so, he gets an unpleasant and unexpected thump. The door is locked, and it's locked despite the inside bolt is turned into an unlocked position.
Hey.
And she says, What? And she hurries over and like tries to mess with the burglar alarm console on the wall and like smacks it. I don't know why it's not working.
Not to worry. It's simply a matter of, just. And he will do an arcane manifestation, a significant one at that.
Yep.
Where he is going to try to interface with just kind of like making it look as mundane as possible, but like lay a hand on the burglar alarm and try to, for lack of a better way to put it, he has a little bit of water magic. He's gonna try to like short the circuit of the alarm to see if that will like also short the auto lock and make the doors unlock.
And as he kind of places his hand on it, he's like, it's as simple as, and he hears Tanya's like voice in his ear screaming, "It can't be that simple. This is a disaster." And as he does so, there would be like a pop, and like the front panel of the burglar alarm console would like pop off and like tap against his chest onto the ground.
Yeah, punk, poof. And I go over to the door again, and I just like
got it. And
perfect. And I'm just like,
yep.
Part of me is just like, come now.
And as you guys are hurrying outside, jumping back upstairs, Illya, after blasting open the frickin' window, immediate follow-ups, you can see that Gabby has like given a little squeak of fright, and Royce, still kind of clutching her ears, goes from like bracing himself to being like, like a what the fuck sort of face. Immediate follow-ups from her.
I'll I'll say I'll tell Majolica, take the girl, go, and I'll just tell the dude,
Follow
hey,
me. Out the window.
out the window.
And as
I
you
don't.
are doing so,
Yeah,
she doesn't want to let go of her dad, and she seems clearly terrified.
we're almost out.
And Royce tries to peel her off, saying, "Go on, go with the nice ladies, please." And she says, "No, it's allowed."
All right, we all go together, and I will try to.
Push the
We
dad
have
in
the
her
gliding
mouth.
caves. I could also step on stuff, so maybe we could just kind of run out together. I'm not really sure how
Majolica, actions you'd like to
logistical this
take
is.
while Illya is trying to negotiate with the 6-year-old.
I'm going to phantasm
Yep.
for. Oh, actually, no, I don't want a phantasm here because reasons. I'm going to take one of her plushies.
Yep.
I'm going to veneer it. To be. Let's say I'm gonna take one of the ones like shoved in the back. Like she clearly doesn't like that one as much, and I'm going to make it look like one of the ones at the front. Like one of the ones that was like clearly her favorite plushie.
Yeah.
Like, hey, look at this, and just wave my hand over it. Just shink. Try to calm her down. Just,
And
take this window.
and
Go.
between take this, she like clutches in her hands and therefore isn't holding on to her dad. Are you going to scoop her up or leave her for Illya?
Yes, I'm grabbing her.
As you do so and turn for the window, however, you see that flying in the broken window are a pair of fairy wingsuits, each one of which is holding a strange, over-designed, like pulp sci-fi looking ass like rifle of some kind. They're both kind of buzzing in place with their goggles like glaring angrily at the two of you. And Royce, who has finally like gotten Gabby away, has like picked up like the fan's guide to riders on a dusty road and has curled it up like a fly, like hitting a fly with a newspaper that you roll up. And is like holding it over his head, not sure of what to do next. Actions from Illya. Or actually, yeah, Majolica first, then Illya, because Majolica has the higher reflex.
You guys are a few decades behind me. I'm just going to like tap part of like a little satchel on my side, dropping out a little canister for one of my glitch bombs.
Nice. It goes off. Gabby gives another little shriek. Roy says, "What the damn hell?"
Just fucking go!
And Gabby yells, "Don't swear!" at the top of her voice. And Illya, actions you'd like to take as the glitch bomb goes off.
It's time to make a wind tunnel. I'm gonna try just a wind tunnel. I'm assuming once we're outside, it breaks the rules of the PV's like rules of engagement. So I'm just gonna create like a wind tunnel to just blow everything politely onto like the grass outside, because I don't think that dude's gonna want to jump 2 feet, so or like the second story of feet. So just kind of like a wind slide, so you can kind of just instead of just plummeting,
blow everything gently out the window onto the grass.
Blow everything politely out of the window.
Politely out the window onto the grass.
Awesome. And so this would be a storm brewing? Like
yes,
targeted...
and she's just gonna do several pirouettes, like ballet style, of just trying to get like mimicking the wind, kind of swirling around and just trying to like use her hammer, I guess, like a wand. It's a
nice.
wand hammer
yeah,
thing.
like
and just pointing in that direction. Although every time she spins, she points and then just kind of keeps doing that several times. Stop on your left foot. Don't forget it.
As she is doing so, Majolica, given that she can see through her own glitch bomb, is the only one fully aware of what's going on. Gabby is now clutching her around the waist so tightly it's kind of hard to breathe. Royce is like at the back of the room, kind of swatting blindly around with his rolled up book. Illya is pirouetting tranquilly in the middle of the room, doing God knows what. And the two PVs, you can see that they have like taken evasive actions, but are still covering the window. And you can see that their goggles have like little overlays being put over them as they're maybe trying to adjust to the visual disturbance. They are also blind firing into the room, doing like questing shots to see where people are.
Can I take my hat off?
Yeah.
And scoop them up into my hat?
Taking the hat off, Panda Express goes everywhere.
I would like to
No.
Is this like trying to like just scoop them up and like rush over and get them?
Yeah.
Yep.
They can be in there with the Panda Express. I don't care.
Okay. Nice. And is this like a butterfly net where you're like scooping them up and like grabbing the top of the hat to make sure they can't get out, or are you trying to put it back? I'm guessing you're not putting it on your head.
No, just grabbing them, holding them in there, because the hat is a protective thing, so they shouldn't be able to shoot through it with what they have.
And as you do so, rushing up, obviously they are relatively blind to you. How will you deal with them blind firing into the room, or are you okay with eating it in order to get to them?
I'm fine with eating it for now.
Yeah. And in that case, whoop, as you go over and scoop up, you hear like a "la!" as you like get them inside. Grab the top, and you can like see them like, like if it's inside, like a thing popping out here, and then like that, and then like that, as you've scooped them up inside of the thing. But you don't feel pain from where they hit you, even though they definitely hit you. Immediate follow-ups from Majolica.
Out the window.
With Gabby.
Yes. Cape going out the window.
And as you
On
deploy
today's
the
episode
cape,
of trying to make people fly out of a window.
Majolica is caught from the back by a great whoosh as the wind slide that Illya has created kind of like scoops her up and deposits her outside of the window with a collection of stuffed animals and RC cars, plus a book and a chair. Illya, as you created your wind tunnel, which is like kind of slurping stuff out and pitching it outside of the window, you can see that, or rather, you can't see, you feel Royce kind of crash into you as he desperately tries not to fall off of his feet. What do you want to do?
It's safe. There's a bed and just go. I'll follow.
As you do so, you get a couple smacks to the face from the rolled up book as he desperately like, "Who is that? Who is that? I got you. Don't worry, Gabby. I'm coming for you, honey. Where are you?"
Oh my god. Don't make me thunderclap you out the window.
As you're saying, "Don't make me thunderclap," you get like another book to the face for good measure. There you go. Wait a sec. You're full size. Who is this?
Get out the window for the love of God and stop smacking me in the face.
And he says,
I will
"Where's
write
Gabby?"
a very angry letter. Out the window.
Oh,
we saved her. She's safe. Go.
He shoves you out of the way and
Please.
dives out of the window.
Hopefully that doesn't get rid of the wind tunnel.
Yeah.
I think it stays a little bit. But
And as you do so, it does get rid of the wind tunnel, but not the exact second you're pushed off your feet. Is Illya going for the window?
yeah.
She has to scramble blindly in the room, given that the glitch bomb does obstruct her vision to some degree as well. And she would also, even though, of course, she can't hear it nearly as well as when she were small, she can hear the emergency klaxons and the like radio chatter of the PVs as they come pouring into the room behind her.
Oh, Jesus. I mean, does she get I mean, she should feel the giant draft, I would assume.
Yes, she does. That's actually a
She can
great
just
point.
run.
She can feel the direction of the wind, and that's how she can get her way out.
She doesn't need to jump either. She can just run because she can run on air. So she's just gonna run out the window instead of,
And with a few steps from her Talaria, the wind, the tail end of the wind, whisks her outside, and she lands in a sandbox right next to Royce, who is currently cradling Gabby. As soon as Illya gets out the window, she would find Majolica, who has ended up on the ground, given that she was trying to billow neatly and then got whisked by wind and landed in the sandbox. Majolica, actions you would like to take. You come outside, Gabby kind of landed on you, and then before you could fully get up, Royce landed almost on top of you and immediately ran over to his daughter to scoop her up.
First question, with combination with my +3 luck, what are the chances that the polite gust of wind politely deposited my Panda Express.
I think I will give you a polite Panda Express deposit for sure.
Perfect. I'm going to.
That's going in quotes on mission.
Make sure to rate 5 stars.
I am
sure to
going
rate it 5
to take out a cube from my bag.
Yep.
Spin it around a few times like a Rubik's cube and throw it into the neighbor's driveway.
Yep.
Or like nearby. Like, you two, over there, take this. I will hand the dad the Panda Express.
What?
I will hand the dad the Panda Express.
And he takes and is like completely questioning. What am I supposed to do with this?
You went on a walk to surprise your wife with food, and your daughter went with you. Here is the food.
But we got to get out of here. Aren't they going to like come after us?
No. But the point is you weren't home. You were out getting Panda Express.
Also, yes, yes, you do have to get out of here, but it's fine. It just don't. Let's just go.
As she is saying this, the
take the
cube
food.
is going to. This
Rate
is
5 stars.
Yeah. As she's instructing them this, this is a phantasm for the cube.
Yeah.
The cube is going to like morph into a large, not a moving truck, but like a big delivery, like an Amazon truck.
Nice. Yeah.
They have their own car. Whatever, it's fine.
Yeah.
So they can like be behind it.
Totally. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. And as he kind of looks over his shoulder, he says, "You sure that's what we're saying?"
You were out. You got food. You went on a walk with your daughter to get it. You are just now returning. You were not home. Got it?
Right. Come on, Gabs. And Gabs,
I
don't you blab, all right?
You get free Panda Express.
He said, "Daddy, can I have the wontons?" And as he's kind of hurrying her away, Illya would notice something. Majolica, who is normally, I'd imagine, like rather a pristine individual. Maybe not in terms of style all the way. Like she's cyber. She's got some grunge to her, right? But you'd see that she has these pinches in her face where these deep, intense whorls of wrinkles almost look like she's being sucked, like her skin's being sucked in on itself, like a Botox gone wrong.
Ugh.
I'll do it. You're getting old, and she'll just make sure she's gonna go back to the house to see that the Gandy and the mom are getting out.
Yep. And Gandy, on your side, after finally managing to barge out, "Oh my god, oh, this is awful." She looks behind her.
It's okay. I pull out another weirdness coupon. And I look at her and I say,
On the side, I do a little bit of self-defense training. Don't move. I'm going to go check on I'm going to see if I can take care of this for you.
and I, like, whether you want to give this to me or not, the mechanic's outfit rips away to like a karate instructor gi. Just in a flash,
Tearaway pants.
Yeah, tearaway pants from like karate instructor gi underneath the mechanic's outfit.
That
Just
will be-
looks at the
that
house
will
and
be
says-
for sure your last arcane manifestation on the mission.
Yeah.
It's so good. Though.
Or it could be luck. I could have been wearing this the whole time.
Nah, right? I don't think.
No.
As I just kind of look back towards the house and I'm like, and I will like run back into the house with like a karate
Yeah,
chop
super
moves.
corny, like,
As soon as
karate chop moves.
as soon as I'm like inside the house and out of sight of her and making sure that she's not following me,
Yeah.
I'm like, don't move from this spot. I'm going to see if I can take care of this. In the meantime, look for your family or whatever out here. I'm sure they'll be coming back anytime soon.
Right, of course. And she goes hurrying off.
yeah, just like up the street, down the street, you know, like just on the sidewalk right in front of the house. He's like, yeah. As soon as he gets in the house, like demeanor drops immediately again and just looks up to the ceiling and walls and is like, please don't burn down this fine family's home.
I know you're here. I understand. It was simply an accident, surely.
Like, looking up at the walls and ceiling, not in particular to anyone in particular, but he knows that this house is full of little people, as well as a lot of the other houses are full of little people. So he's just calling out as like an offering of peace, just inside the house. Not sure of the status of the others, just trying to buy time.
Yep.
Maybe even make it a non sequitur. Actually, that's even better. To preface everything I just said, I go, guys, activating my perk again. Wait. A loud interjection at the beginning of non sequitur gets significantly more people to pay attention to it.
Yep.
And the people that I'm targeting are the little people. And I go, guys, is this really worth it? We've gotten everybody out of the house. We've given you a perfect excuse. Don't burn it down. We're not going... I mean...
You can have
we're just
cookies.
Yeah, we have cookies. We have things for you. Just... They're none the wiser. I mean, maybe the father and the daughter, but they might be crazy. I mean, I know I am. And I'm just looking around, just like hearing like intermittent buzzing just around me. I'm just like, they're gonna have to go through so much paperwork if they have to do insurance on the house. Just make it easier for all of us. Why don't you? We're just employees. We're not gonna tell anyone. We have no reason to tell anyone. And just looking around, like eyes rolling one side across to the other, just like.
An external observer would have noticed the trio of perfectly disguised and flying in unison sweeper teams that are directly behind Gandy's head as he is looking. However, what he would hear is, as he is saying this, a faint, thin, reedy voice, which the other two would realize to be their announcement systems, speaking as though from the walls.
Initiating protocol, it was all a dream. Get things ready for when they go to sleep.
That works too. And he will like... And he'll be like... turn around and see all the sweeper teams with like little tiny guns pointed at his head.
They would move perfectly with his movements to stay behind him.
Ah, I love it. So he would turn around and just be like, that works too. And it'd just be like headed towards the back door, towards the back garden of the house to see if everyone else has gotten out of it.
Yep. And Majolica and Illya would see from their position at the side of the house by the sandbox, not only the neighbors like staring out in their night clothes in some cases, being like, what in tarnation is going on? But more importantly, they would see that walking out from behind that delivery van is Royce and Gabby, arms loaded up with takeout. Mama, look what we got. And they would hear Tonya breaking down. Oh, there you are. Why did you do that to me? And she goes hurrying over and scoops them up. And with her mouth full of wontons, Gabby gives her mom a hug. And Royce gives her an awkward hug and says, you can see him pause for a moment, and Majolica would, with her sensory, be able to pick out what he says next. As he says, I'd say it's a long story, Tonya, but to be honest, I'm just an idiot. I forgot to leave a good note. I'm sorry. And
Thimderberg.
And as Royce says this, you would all feel your Enclave badges ping. Final action from Illya first, after commenting on Majolica's strange appearance and looking out to see the family reunion on the road behind the delivery van.
Wait, this is mission complete? Really? With the window blown open? And I'm okay, if you say so. Happy ending?
As strolling up behind them silently, Gandy just like opens the back door, just looks at them like peeking around the corner, and is just like,
all we had to do was get them out of the house. Didn't say how.
That was a lot harder than you might think.
Was it really? And I look up to the broken window, and I just am like,
You know, you made it incredibly easy for me to get her out of the house. Now that you mention it, she ran screaming when she thought there was a burglar.
I mean, technically, we were the burglar.
All according to plan.
Precisely.
As I like spin and like the gi goes from like the white and the black of like the white robe and the black belt to the purple robe, and the stars reappear and his hat like flays out again with the wide brim it usually does. The stars appear on it as well. His beard finally like this is like dropping the arcane like illusion that he has been putting on. So like call it a failure of the manifestation to finally get him back to his original form.
Sure.
As he just looks at them and is like,
But no reason to question. A job well done.
Oh, right. Here, I'm going to open my hat up. I'm going to grab the fairies. You
And-
didn't see anything. Now let them go.
As you do so, the fairies with their guns up say,
Don't you move, Amp.
Get the fucking side. Go.
Gandy would look at them and go, Operation It Was All a Dream. And like whistle and point behind him.
and then one of them would give Majolica's thumb like a smack and say,
Hands off, Amp.
would she let go?
I am going to phantasm an L on his forehead and let him go.
The other one points at oh, and then they both go like rushing inside.
And this is yours. And I'll hand you the crab.
And
Bartholomew, good to see you made it out.
mwah, and a little kiss on him and just puts him back on the shoulder where he normally belongs. And his eye and the crab's eyes will just kind of like go into like anime happy eyes, just like the upturned circles or whatever.
Yeah.
And Gandy will just be like,
Well, drinks later, or do you have other things you need to be getting back to?
I could go for a drink, yeah.
We have the most wonderful selection of wines at a little tasting facility we have back in my world, but I'm sure the Enclave can accommodate.
and he will like kind of like gesture to one of the stars on his hat. Is not a star, it is an Enclave badge shape with the same shade of yellow, as he just is like reaching up for his hat for the badge, and will wait for them to reach for theirs as well. And will try to time it so that they all ping out at the same time.
Final actions from Majolica.
I already phantasmed the guy's forehead, so
Yep.
I can't really leave a calling card on this one. So I'll
give
just
it to you. I'll give it to you, even though it's a bit of a deviation from Phantasm's cooldown. It's fine. This is an end of mission action.
okay. Yeah, then just something that will appear inside the house, like inside the walls of the house, like on the electrical box. Just put a little thing, and then I'll tap mine on my waist in
and
time.
Ilya, final actions from you.
Just looks around confused at like, is this really mission complete? And will just like bow towards them. I'm so sorry, and then just leave.
And as Ilya is leaving, she would hear one of the neighbors yelling over, "I think I saw some burglars in the side yard. You better go check the side yard." But on that
Shut up,
note,
Karen.
we will end the mission.
Hooray! Huzzah! Another successful vision.
Now,
Why is my actual heart racing? Ugh.
a couple things of note. First of all, big shout out to Majolica recalling the sweeper teams. Big play. Because as you saw, they were actually very combat capable. And if you were small, their weapons were scary. Like, very scary.
Am I old now?
Your enclave will fix you up. But if they had nailed you with those weapons enough times, it would have just completely crippled you on mission.
Oh,
In big size. In small size, it would have like really hurt in normal ways.
oh.
So that was a huge play. that I wanted to spotlight, because that play saved you guys from a chunk of the threat that the mission had to offer, which is the number of sweeper teams that was out. I thought it was really well done. But before,
That's also
I thought
why
that was really
I wanted
smart,
to
yeah.
specifically call back more than just Team C.
yeah, exactly. That was huge. Like if you had just done C, I would have been like, okay, that's a good play, but there's still going to be other problems. The luck stats on this mission mattered so much. This was like one of the most luck heavy missions I've seen, and you guys played your luck stats quite well. Majolica's triple plus to luck is big. Like,
Oh, don't worry. Next level, it's going to be 4.
sick. But before I get into a full character analysis, just to give a quick report on my side, focus words. Honey, we shrunk ourselves. Obvious.
Yeah.
Jamais vu, which of course is never seen. Hence, there is a secret parallel society that no one knows about. That's how I use that focus word. And lastly, lost technology. Of course, they are stealing things. They are stealing bits of human technology and then making them better. So that is how I use those focus words in the construction of this
That's
mission.
pretty great.
Do you guys have questions for me about calls that I made or the plot of the mission?
No, I'm pretty satisfied with how that turned out.
I think the win condition of the house could still technically be on fire. We don't care as long as the people are outside.
Yep.
Is
I
weird, but understandable.
I wanted to throw that in there in case Illya was like, okay, I break everything. Because Thunderbirds do tend to do collateral damage. And so it would have been like, I think, over punishing to her to say that no collateral damage was allowed.
As was shown on mission.
Yes, exactly.
I mean, we got to only break.
I would have gone out by the front door, but it made it sound like we should probably get out as fast as possible. And Majolica was shot several times just from bedroom to window. So
Yeah.
you know,
No, get out as
Expediting.
fast as possible was a huge, big move. You needed to do that because otherwise they could redeploy their sweeper team very fast. And you guys saw how nimble those bastards were. The only reason that Majolica was able to catch them is because you blinded them.
Yeah, I have third mission, first time using my smoke bomb.
Sick. I know Dippy uses those
Phenomenal.
quite a lot on his character Syriac.
I love smoke bombs.
We recently
I wish I
been-
could do it more.
Yeah, we've recently been doing these brackets where like the community has been voting on what they think is like the best class in the game or the best ability or stuff like that. And the best class gear piece in the game among the 6 original classes, smoke bombs won. So they are a well-liked item.
Okay.
I was really surprised by the result, but they are strong. Any other questions about calls that I made or the plot of the mission?
Yeah, no, I again, I thought it was really well put together. I thought it was a fun kind of like asymmetrical design of just like, oh, there's a human looking for small people, and that human can't learn about the small people or they'll all die. So I don't know how intentional that was, like for one of us to remain big and the others to go small to do that, but like I thought that was a really a fun design that got to test like the differences in, you know, 2 worlds in the same world.
Yeah, I thought that you guys could go about it a bunch of ways. Part of me expected you would be like jumping back and forth big to small for most of the mission. But I saw reasons for like all of you to potentially be big or small at any given time. And I thought that the way that you went about it ended up being a really good one. Because it meant that you had the person who had the most stealth and the person with the most damage grouped together, and then the person who was the biggest distraction separate. And that's pretty sensible distribution. So I think you guys went about it in a smart way. To give a quick breakdown of characters, beginning with Illya, you do a good job of playing her. Very sweet. She is sweet. She has also, this was one of the most like quote heavy missions I've had in a while. Like you guys all came up with some freaking great lines. But yeah, Illya is a great kind of, I forget the exact word for it, but the kind of like, why are we doing this again? Like this sweet little voice of innocence, but also
A foil, the straight man.
Yeah, kind of a straight man in some ways. But also, I thought that you did a great job with your positioning. The ending bit of getting people out of the building as fast as frickin' possible was very smart. And even things like being like, oh, I bet they want sugar. Yes, they do want sugar. Smart.
That was a great call. Yeah.
That was a great call. I'd say that as you level Illya, and actually this is her second mission, so she will be leveling.
She should level up, yeah.
I might suggest going into spirit a little bit deeper because she feels like a spirit character and it feels like a direction that you were kind of leaning in. Obviously, your choice is yours. I won't push you one direction or another, but that was just what came to my mind.
Yeah. Yeah, I have no idea. I have to think on that. Like I said, I knew I would need help leveling up after this for Saturday because she's going to be coming right back.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Right back for another mission.
Along similar lines, Majolica, you have gotten the hang of the illusionist kit very quickly, Afro. Nicely done. You made good uses of all of their abilities. You apply the tech kit in a really fun, creative way that's very fun to use. And when I gave you that hacking puzzle, I was like, okay, this is like turbo not going to happen. Because obviously, as I mentioned, they're obsessed with humans and they love human pop culture. This wasn't revealed, but the reason the TV was borked is they were stealing the signal to watch the shows themselves. And given that the humans of the household are obsessed with this one show, the fairies of the household are also obsessed with the show. So it was fun being like, okay, this is like actually a roadblock. I don't think you'll be able to just bullshit your way through this. And you didn't. You actually did a great job of helping steer Gandy to that position by playing off of Head in the Clouds. So great plays. The glitch bomb at the end was really clutch.
Yeah, I was worried about like, I don't have anything to block this. Yes, I fucking do.
Yeah. That was really well done there. And also even things like choosing to eat a couple shots, it's a good move. Like, they're fairies. Their weapons aren't going to be able to do that much to you when you're big.
Yeah.
So...
So I'm playing a fairy in Starfinder, and I am that size, maybe a little bit bigger with a gun that's that size, but it is the same damage as it would be normally.
Oh, God.
It's also, funnily enough, it's a sound gun.
Yeah.
Oh, that's wretched. I mean, that makes a little bit of sense that would transfer to some degree.
It's just Starfinder. Any equipment that's given to a party member is just their size and works the same. Just something about Starfinder for some reason.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
And lastly, Dippy. Gandy is a very Dippy flavored character, but in a different direction. Like he plays in the ways that I expect you to play, but in a completely novel direction. The Oddball is a class that obviously fits you very well. You designed it, and you also do it excellently. But I think the thing I like most about Gandy is he's like a surprisingly nice guy, just goofy, you know. He's quite wholesome, and he's there to help, and he does a good job of helping. And I think that the thing that I liked most, it's hard to pick because obviously you're a very good player. You know how to play the game really well. But I think the thing I liked most was your Head in the Clouds. That was a compelling ramble, and you did a great job coming up with a lot of bullshit. It was awesome. Really awesome. Yeah.
Why, thank you.
Kit worked beautifully. You set up your teammates exactly right. Social support and social interference is such a big thing in Enclave, and you have a great mastery of it. No surprise that you would do this that well.
The only thing that I regret not being able to do was right at the very end, using the broken clock to make it closer to nighttime so people would be less suspicious about the goings-on at the house.
That would have been a great frickin' play, to be perfectly honest. But you know what? I could see it, but there is so much else going on too. In summary, you guys did great. And it's awesome getting to host for you guys again, Afro and Metal. It's great to finally get Dippy on a recorded mission at last. And do you guys have any final thoughts before we sign off?
Yeah, for me, I want to also give a shout out to Dippy as well. It's a lot easier to play with people that get into it. So like I felt like I was able to do an Illya voice that I don't normally do because he was so like exuberant.
In
And I was
character.
like, okay, yeah, it's like, okay, I don't want to just be, oh yeah, I go and I it's like, okay, I gotta put a little bit more effort. Like it's less
Yeah.
embarrassing, sometimes we have that like secondhand embarrassment and stuff like that. So he was going in, it's like, okay, well, I can try a little bit harder and get more into the character, because I feel like that would, I didn't want to not disappoint, but you know what I mean? Like it doesn't feel right for him to be this
Totally.
life of the party, and then I'm just not putting as much effort in. So it felt
You're
better
matching
to,
the energy, yeah.
yeah.
But you did a great
Embarrassment
job.
is just a 12-letter word to me.
Yeah, no,
It's-
no, you're right. There's no reason for me to be, but like, I'm fairly old. I grew up at a time where being nerdy and being and all that was just, you just, high school
He
was
got
mean.
bullied for it.
Yeah, and so now it's a lot cooler to be all those things, but it wasn't back in
Fair
my day.
enough,
So I
fair
have a
enough.
childhood ingrained with things that I still try to
Yeah.
get over.
No, you did a great job. It was awesome seeing you guys leaning into it more. And yeah, I fully agree, Dippy. You're always great on missions like this. And
Yeah.
it's just not exciting.
I definitely want to play another game with you after Extra Life. I'm not going to play one between now and Extra Life, but
Yeah.
Yeah. Perfecto.
I already have my focus word picked out for the Extra Life session.
Nice. I'll be pinging the group chat soon to get those, because even though it would be fun to come up with that on the spot, we have a very narrow time slot, and I want to make sure I do.
Yes.
Yes.
Nice. And one last thing, I guess. Mission name. I always forget, but I'm not going to this time.
I was about to say, yeah, you almost forgot.
I did.
And I also wanted to just say it was an absolute pleasure playing with the both of you. And I thought that you entered into it really well. Having played once before helps, but like you guys really jumped into it, and I am glad that you did.
Yep. Well said. Couldn't agree more. What are you guys thinking for a mission name for this one?
They're in the walls.
That's a great frickin' name. We're doing it.
They're in the wall.
I wanted to shout that the entire mission.
3 exclamation points on my sheet for that name.
Perfect name. Usually I take a few. I have to be like, oh, that one doesn't feel correct. No, that literally feels exactly right.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you guys so much. I'd say this is the place where we wrap it up. So let's do quick sign-offs. We'll go Dippy, Afro, and Metal. If you want to do your quick sign-off, and then Afro and Metal, you can plug Extra Life again, and then we'll call it quits.
Well, I've been Dippy, Dippy the DM on most platforms. You can find me basically anywhere under Dippy the DM. And it was a pleasure to finally play in an official Enclave recorded mission. I hope to do it a lot more.
Absolutely. Been too long. And next, Afro.
I don't really know a whole lot what to say here. I'm bad at these kind of things. It was fun playing with you guys, though. And obviously, again, we'll be playing at Extra Life here in 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
So very much looking forward to that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's always, I never know how to feel when I get into these things, because it's just like there was no way to plan, and it like I said, the fun part about Enclave is just winging it. Just how do you adapt in a situation? I like that I can't plan ahead. I like that I don't know what's going to be happening. I didn't even use a single ability of mine until I felt like an hour and a half into the session, so it was kind of just a wait and see and take my moment kind of thing, which I'm fine with. So a lot of fun. Yeah, I don't know what to expect Saturday, but I'm sure it'll be just as wacky.
Perfect. And as always, my name is Robbie Howell. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch, and ciao for now.